What's up, everybody? Chris Record here. It is Wednesday, April 3rd. We're going to kick things off with a testimonial from a student, and the student is Natalie. And Natalie, if you are on live in the chat, feel free to jump out. If not, no worries. You gave me permission to be able to share this. So first of all, sorry for putting you on the spot like that.
That's okay.
Just introduce yourself real quick to the community for anybody who doesn't know you.
Hi, I'm Natalie Schroyer. I'm part of the community, been part of the community since December, and I'm loving it. Yay.
So you sent me, I went digging through my Facebook messages here, and you sent me a message. I'm going to read it, and then I want you to kind of share a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, this is what you said a week ago. I wanted to tell you that I have an IG reel that is blowing up, 29,000 as of right now. I'm sure these numbers aren't exciting for most people, but for me, a 60-year-old that didn't even have Instagram a couple months ago and am just learning my way, these are epic results. This one reel has gotten me 329 followers in the last couple of days. I only have 465 followers on IG, so that's a
huge
success. Now, I just pulled it up. And I saw more followers than that. So I said, can I share this? And he said, yeah. So tell me, it seems to have done a little better than that in the last week.
Yes, as of right now, it's got 231,502 views. And it has netted me 3,471 new followers.
That's impressive. So it's literally 10 times the views and
yes,
almost 10 times the followers, basically.
Yes.
since you shared the testimonial. So when it was 10 times smaller, you were freaking out excited, and it's 10 times bigger already.
Yes, I don't know what to do. I'm so excited.
Well, first of all, it's fun, right? It's kind of like it's a weird game. It's like winning in a game, right? It's like having it's like having a good bowling. It's like bowling and getting so many strikes. You're like, what's happening? I can never do this again. But yet you're getting skills. You're learning. You're starting to experience a little bit of that feeling, that dopamine, the feeling of like, oh my God, what's happening? This is cool. This is social media marketing. This is what we want to happen. We want as much of this to happen as possible. So how much money are you spending on this post?
$0.
So just for everybody watching, it's purely organic. Thousands of new followers, hundreds of thousands of views, purely organic. Now, how much money did you invest in this high quality video? I watched it. It's super high quality, super high budget. The highest quality cameras. You probably spent $100,000 on this video.
That would be 0.
That would be 0 as well. How did you film it? Did you film it with your phone?
No, I was literally sitting out by the pool, and I picked up my phone and I just wung it, if that's a correct word. It was just off the cuff. It was just off the cuff.
If it's not a word, you've created it. Hey, if like, if these alpha generation kids can create their own words, we can create our own words.
Why not?
You wunged it.
Exactly.
Okay.
I wunged it.
Here's what I want to do. I'm going to go find this video on your profile and play it. And then we're going to come back and I'll come back with you here on screen. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Let's go play it. Okay. So let's go find it first of all. All right. So this is your profile, and when she shared this with me, she only had 465 followers here, 329 followers. So when she shared it with me, she started this profile a couple weeks ago with like 100 followers, right? So brand new, wife, mom, dog mom, grad mom, padding my retirement, freelance affiliate marketer, and got a little link there. Okay. So we're going to kind of go through the post here. Nothing fancy. I would not say that you are creating something that's like super fancy type of a profile, some AI pictures, some motivational stuff, some just you and the kids, whatever. And it's not like all your stuff's going viral. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Just literally so you're just kind of figuring things out as you go. This is looking like it right here. And I'm guessing by these stats, that's the one. But you kind of can see some stuff here, family stuff, dogs. Okay. So first things first is it's not like you have some super secret advantage over everybody else that you've got like the secret, right? It's kind of like you're pretty much like an average person who just started Instagram and is just figuring it out.
Correct.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and watch it together.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're probably going to want some volume. So
You keep working past retirement, 62, 65, 67, 70. That's what's happening to people these days. I mean, I'm out here today. It's beautiful out. The birds are singing, the fountain's bubbling, the dogs are chasing each other in the yard. It's a beautiful day. I just got off a Zoom call. This is the way life should be, okay? You're like me. You're older probably, and you were taught to go to work, make that money, work 40 or 50 years, and then retirement, and then you have your nice little, Social Security and your nest egg, and you can live out your golden years. Well, that's bull, okay? I've been working since I was 14 years old, and I'm going to be 60 next week. And I have a retirement setback. I have a nest egg, but is it going to be enough in this economy? Probably not. So the online space is a gold mine for people our age. A gold mine. Okay? You don't have to work till you're 65, 70, 75 just to make it. You have that piddly little Social Security check and your 401k. It doesn't have to be that way. The opportunities are out there to make some serious money to pad your retirement and maybe even retire early. So you know what? Google it. Look it up. Take a chance. Just try. You've got to at least try. Why would you keep working past retirement, 62, 65, 67, 70? That's what's happening to people these days.
I like that intro. Right to it. Right to it. You got to hook people on this short form, and you asked them a very thought-provoking question. If you're the right demographic for that video, which obviously the social media gods and the algorithm gods came to bat for you on that one and said, we'll show this to the right people for you. That's a thought-provoking question, right? Like, why on earth? Like you're really like digging in. You get right to it with a question. Why would you do this? And then you establish a problem. Then you show the solution and just say, listen, it's like, this is what life should be like. And then it's possible because of the new way of doing things, like it's very vague. It's very ambiguous. It's not like you're saying what you need to do is step 1, create a faceless account. Step 2, it's not like a tutorial. It's a rant. If anything, it's a rant. And you're essentially just kind of ranting about something that is frustrating probably to a lot of people in retirement and worrying about their nest egg lasting long enough and stuff like that. So I just want to put you on the spot. No prep at all. And I apologize for that, but
it's okay.
just share with the family. It's me and you are having a candid conversation, but we got a couple hundred of our favorite friends just hanging with us. So share with our family here a little bit about what made you want to do this video and what the experience was like, kind of watching it pick up steam. Share with us some of the journey you experienced with this video.
Well, what made me want to do it is because I just really think that it's ridiculous. You could tell by my rant, kind of like people my age, the lie we were told to work all your life, put money away, do the right things, and then you can have this, you can live out your golden years, doing whatever, and that's just not the way it is anymore. Our golden years aren't going to be so golden if we don't figure out a way to make some additional income. So that's why I did it. And that's just the way I feel. And that's what I said. Evidently it resonated with some people.
Well, yeah, you never know how these algorithms work, where they just sometimes just pick up your video. What I like about it is that it feels very accidental, but yet it incorporates like copywriting 101 into it. But I feel it's not like you purposely were trying to like script a video to kind of be a certain way. I feel like you're just like, let's hit record and see what happens.
No, I was sitting out there and it was such a beautiful day. And I was actually, I work in the school system, so I was on spring break. And I'm like, this is the way I would like to live every day if I could, doing stuff like this or playing golf or, just doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always that way. So
I think the reason that it caught some steam is because you hit a nerve that is relatable, that people are either facing themselves or people are facing with their parents or people know they will be facing soon themselves. It's something that everybody thinks about for sure. Retirement, nest eggs, what's going to happen? Should I keep working? Things didn't work out as planned. It's a big thing out there. What I like about it is that it is very, that video is so natural. Oh, it's just so natural. The sounds in the background, you're not coming across salesy. You don't seem to have any agenda. To me, it's like, this is like the kind of content that I like. There's a guy, I can look him up on YouTube. There's a guy that's an old guy who like sits on his porch and gives knowledge on YouTube, and he's blowing up and getting millions and millions of views, and he's just sitting there just like, well, I don't, old guy wisdom, I guess is the category, but he's just like blowing up like massive. And it's like people like, and it's like young people, young men, especially watching him. And I just realized like, wow, there just really is. Sometimes you just be yourself, be real, and talk about the things that are real. And that's like, that's a good organic type of content. Don't try too hard to be someone you're not. But you hit some really good points. Here's what I liked about it. Here's my feedback. You start off with a question. So the first thing you do is you present a question. And then you kind of lead into a problem. And then you kind of lead into a solution, although you don't dive too into it. But I think that kind of helped to go viral. The fact that if you would have done the solution and said, now all you need to do is you need to join my program for $100 a month, I don't think anybody would. I think you, I think you kind of like led into a problem, led into a solution, and you were relaxed about it. And I think that it was just like an enjoyable video to watch for people, and the algorithm did really well and served you some good there.
Thank you. Yes, it did.
Share us about the experience of the emotion of starting to get some pick me up randomly on a video when your normal videos are getting 5, 10 views. Tell me
I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I was so excited. And the crazy thing is, and I've heard it before, that it can be a blessing and a curse because I've been spending the last week so much of my time trying to I've answered every comment, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I have replied to every comment in one way or another. So it's exciting, but it can be exhausting too. So yeah, it was very exciting. I mean, very exciting. Like I said, the same exact reel was posted on Facebook and it didn't do anything. But for some reason, the Instagram just, I don't know, the algorithm gods again were smiling. So I don't know.
For those that are live, I just posted the reel in the chat so you guys can have it to be able to watch. Also to be able to show some love to Natalie on her account.
Thank you.
Natalie, before you go though, I'm looking at your message here, and your video grew 10 times since you were excited.
I know. It's
10
very
times
exciting.
more. 10 times more. And
I
now
have to
you
make
have
myself
some
not pick up
following.
my phone and look. My husband says, put your phone down.
Now, if I'm going through your profile, I would say there are some problems.
Okay.
Do you mind if I share some of
No,
those, or should we just
go right
keep
ahead.
this thing
That's
positive?
I'm here to learn.
Okay. I was like, maybe I shouldn't. You never know.
Nope. Go right
All
ahead.
right. So let's look at this post here. Now you followed up your viral video with this post.
Well, it was Good Friday.
What did you think was going to happen here? Did you think the algorithm gods are going to show this to all the Christians in the world?
No, no, not necessarily.
All right. So how many, compared to the other one, how many
Palm
likes,
Sunday,
shares,
I'm sorry. It was Palm Sunday. I'm sorry.
Palm Sunday. How many likes, shares, and comments did this get compared to the other one?
I don't think hardly any.
Hardly any. Why do you think people like the other one, but not this one?
First of all, I was talking, not that it was me, but someone was talking, saying something. It was kind of like, it had some, I don't know. You tell me. I don't know.
Okay. So this one went viral. Right afterwards, you're posting this one. Then you kind of went back into the quotes, couple little rants, quotes, and then this is way different. What is this? Kapow! Over 55. This is different than anything. So here's a lesson learned, right? Is you for a brief moment, you got it right here. For a brief moment, you got it. You started off with a good question. You got into a problem, you got into a solution, you made people think about something. This was valuable to watch, right? And then as I started going back through and watching the account, I realized that you didn't really follow that up with the same kind of format. Even when I go through the videos, they're not really the same kind of format. You at the very least though, you are doing some reels, which is nice. But what I would say is you got 3,000 people that relate to this. 3,000 people that relate to this. The more that you do this to those 3,000 people, the more that that's going to turn to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million.
Okay.
I wouldn't veer from this. So let me share with you what I wouldn't do.
Okay.
I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this. I definitely wouldn't do this ever.
Okay.
I'm a maybe on this, but probably not.
Okay. Watch how good these babies are. Oh.
I probably wouldn't do this. The reason is you're not a celebrity. You haven't reached celebrity status where people know you, like you, and trust you so much that they want to do a deep dive into your life and they want to learn about your family and your dogs and stuff like this. This is really right here. You're tailoring to your friends. But
Okay.
this account is brand new, right? How old is this account now? A few weeks?
Well,
month?
no, I mean, my Instagram, probably a couple months. Yeah.
Couple months. Okay, couple months old, pretty new to Instagram. And out of these 3,588 followers, how many of them do you think are friends who actually know you, like really know you?
Oh, maybe 50, 75.
50 or 75. So what I'm saying is that this post of the dogs is for 50 or 75 people, right? Out of 3,588.
Okay.
Now, what I would suggest is this. I would say when it comes down to you personally and who you are as a person, I would say stories. See this video right here?
Okay.
That's a story. So use Instagram stories for stuff like this.
Okay.
And I would say your profile should build a brand around this character. Now, who is this character? This character is different than, the story version of you, which is like, I'm a regular person, here's my life. But who's this character? Who is this? Like, who are you portraying to the public? Because they don't know you. They don't know your name. They don't
Right.
recognize you as like a celebrity. So who is this person? And the chat can have some fun with this right now. If you guys are watching the chat, without clicking on it, first just looking at that thumbnail. Who is this to you? If you don't know who this person is, if you've never heard of Natalie Ann, Natalie Schroyer, if you have no idea who this person is in the community, who is this in this picture? What does this picture represent to you? Hundreds of thousands of views or whatever. What'd you say? It was a couple 100,000 views or something?
250,000 views.
250,000 people watched this, right? So in the chat right now, what does this represent? I'm waiting for you guys to give me an answer. What? And I'm looking for specifics. Somebody said it's a real person, not fake. That's not you guys. I'm not looking for anything generic. I'm looking for specifics. Describe what you see. Describe the feeling you got when you watched that video. Amanda says every angry middle-aged person in the US. Okay. Dan says angry retired grandma. Concerned, frustrated. Okay. These are adjectives that I think are good so far. Also, I want to do adjectives that describe the person. The only adjective describing the person I've heard is grandma, or maybe I heard middle-aged or whatever. But I like the adjectives that describe the emotions: frustrated, angry, real. And then the person, I'm hearing grandma, middle-aged, retired. Emotions, I'm hearing concerned, natural. Okay, I like that too. Natural, truth. Okay, so what we're doing right now, just so you understand the process of what I'm doing here, Natalie,
Yes.
is we're branding you. Now, you have the ability to create your own brand, of course, but sometimes when you create something that's viral, it's nice to be able to figure out, hey, something's working. Honest, truthful, concerned, angry, frustrated, trustworthy, grandma, middle-aged, real, authentic, natural. Do you understand all these things I'm saying here?
Yes.
Okay, so step outside of yourself and that becomes a character. Sometimes it's easier to see a character when you're building a brand. When you see that as a character, that's your online persona, right? It's still you. You're just stepping away from yourself to see what do other people see, right? When you step away from yourself, you have the ability to be able to be this grandma that goes on rants, okay? There is a demand for it. Obviously, 250,000 views when you ranted, right? Now, what I would do is I would be this grandma that rants. I would
Okay.
get into this ranting character. And I would also say, what if I followed a basic, I'll freestyle my talks, but let me start with a question. Now, what are some things that you can rant about that middle-aged or retired people, or what are some, do you have some other topics that you kind of can rant about, you have some thoughts about, or is it just that one topic you're one and done?
No, I mean, I could rant about all kinds of things. I could rant about the price of groceries. I could rant about the spring breakers that are here right now. I could, I could rant about all the, I don't know, I could rant about all kinds of stuff if I really thought about it.
You guys, what are some things that you think would be fun to hear Natalie rant about? I look at it. Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. People love a good rant.
That's a good one because my husband and I get very mad when when they drive across our lawn.
Look, here's what I'm loving. You are the ranting grandma. I think that's the brand. I think you go with the natural look. You don't look, just be natural in your habitat. Don't try too hard. Just think of a rant that you want. You know what? I'm feeling a certain way about this thing, and then pull out that camera and rant to it. And keep it short.
Okay.
And just do that. Now, another thing that you could do is Instagram allows you to do auto captions. Okay. So if you play with the Instagram app, after you do your rant, Instagram will actually put auto captions on the bottom of it. You know, you could take auto captions, you can put them anywhere on. There's a feature that does auto captions. You can put them on the kind of on the bottom out of the way. Make them small out of the way, but a lot of people watch with no volume on. You don't want to force people to have to turn up the volume when they listen to you. Sometimes they'll be like around other people. It's nice to be able to hear what you rant about without that. Try that. Try the idea of see, hey, what if I add some captions to it and keep it simple. But I would say if your Instagram was literally just like, man, anybody that loves a good rant, come to my Instagram. And then your stories are for everything else. Your stories are like, hey, here's my family. Here's what I'm doing today. You know, your stories are maybe even further information about the rant. All right. So you guys saw me ranting about gas prices. Okay, listen, I got a couple more things to say that I didn't say in that video. And the stories are where you elaborate or you just show more of your life, right? Stories, your personal, all the other things, but the feed, what if you just turn that feed into grandma rants? And then if it really picks up, you could even go to YouTube and do longer rants. People want to hear you. Say, yeah, I decided to start a YouTube channel. But the cool thing about grandma rants is that you can build a big following. And then in the stories is where you're going to be able to monetize. So don't worry, you'll be able to make money from this. But let's see if you can replicate it. Let's see if you can turn 3,000 followers to 30,000.
Okay.
This would be my advice. If you're open to it, I'm not even guaranteeing it'll work because the world of social media doesn't just say, follow this advice and get rich. But sometimes it's nice to have ideas in case you don't know what to do.
Okay. I like the one said Nana rant on there. Nana rant. Hashtag Nana rant.
Hashtag Nana rant.
Okay, I will give it a go. I'm sure I can find plenty of stuff to rant about.
Awesome. Let's try that out. And then keep filling me in the DMs on how it goes.
Okay, thank you, Chris.
All right,
Thank you,
thanks for sharing.
everyone.
I completely put her on the spot. Sorry, guys. That was interesting, huh? Was that fun? You guys like seeing that? That was pretty cool. Yep. Let's kick things off. All right. Let's go here. Hold on. Let me close a couple windows. I always have too many windows open and you guys might see some text messages. You guys might see some, I have so many windows open, so many tabs open. I'm going to leave them all open. Why not? Okay. Let's get into some fun stuff. So gonna do a little bit of a working session. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna share some stuff. I will be monitoring chat, so I will try to look at chat in the background, you guys, because I know sometimes that when I share my screen, I end up talking and I'm sharing something different. So I'll do my best. Okay. We are going to kick it off with Google Chrome. Okay, so first things first. Here I am. I'm just watching shorts. It's a good video, actually. Alex Ramosi is short. So first things first, the topic I'm going to talk about today is faceless content and OPC. Faceless channels and OPC, other people's content. So there's a couple things I want to get out of the way really early on. I'm going to be using a tool right here called the 4K Video Downloader. 4K Video Downloader. So you can find it in the marketplace, but let's just put it here, 4K Video Downloader, just to show you guys which one. It's by a brand called Softonic, just like this. Softonic 4K Video Downloader. But it's better if you get in the marketplace because then we can put tracking links, stuff like that. But 4K Video Downloader by Softonic. That's a tool we're going to be using today. Now, how does the tool work? Once you have the tool, I just have it right here, installed on my Mac, but you can install it on PC. All you do is you copy a YouTube short. You go to YouTube Shorts, you copy a URL. You know, YouTube Shorts, you just click Shorts. You copy the URL up here on the top, just copy it, copy, right? Whatever one that's on. And then you go to the tool and you open it up and you just click paste. Okay. And then it's going to give you the option. Okay. Do you want the video or do you want the audio? Okay. Let me see if you guys can see this or not. Okay. You guys can't. That's why I said. No one in chat told me. Ah, now you guys are telling me. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. And so essentially, you go to a YouTube short, you copy this URL of the short, and then you open up the tool and you simply click paste. And what it'll do is it'll bring up the tool just like this. It lets you do video or audio. In this case, we're going to choose video. MP4 is fine. And lets you choose how you want to use it. Now, there's such small file sizes. I would just say, just choose the best one. But if you were downloading like a big YouTube video, like, do you really need it in 4K? Probably not. So this is all going to depend on how big the file is. But like with shorts, you don't need to worry about anything. Okay. And then you're just going to figure out where you want to save it. But I'm going to show you when you download it. It doesn't really matter because once you download it, you're going to have this little folder bin right here. So you're just going to click that and it'll bring up your video right there. Okay, so it won't be that difficult to be able to find it later. Okay, so I just downloaded it. I already downloaded it twice. Just download it again. So now that you have that video, that's how you're going to go and you're going to get shorts. So if I'm here watching shorts, I'll go to the next one.
Mr. Mac. You know how we do.
So here's a prank. Here's something.
If there's 10 billion people on Earth and Elon Musk has $200 billion, can't he just give each person $1 billion?
Okay, so it's a student that gets mixed up in her math problems, right?
And here's the twist. He will still have $190 billion left over.
And then she gets even more messed up.
Isn't that concerning?
It is the way that she said that with such confidence for me.
Okay, and then it goes into this person. Now, what I would do is I would download this, but I would cut out this person. Right? And then I would either just play it as a viral clip or I would chime in myself. So for example, I just did a chat with Natalie. Maybe Natalie wanted to rant. Maybe Natalie was ranting and ranting and ranting. Maybe what she would do is she would start with this video and then cut out this woman here. And instead Natalie does the rant at the end. So Natalie looks at this woman ranting and says, I could be the nanny rant or nana rants, whatever. And I could rant about what this person said. So you would grab the shorts, you would copy this, go to the 4K Video Downloader and paste. Once it pastes, you would choose download. Okay. Pretty simple. That's how the tool works. So again, when you're bored, just go to YouTube.
Can I wrestle you, Rogan? And if I win, you...
And see if you find...
I'm blind.
Me too.
Yo, can you do a backflip?
See if there's anything interesting. And
Oh my God! Look at that piece of cat.
You know what's ill about him?
you can obviously do this
I'll show you more.
specific, right?
Excuse me, sir. Did you know that smoking makes your smaller?
You would smoke?
This guy bet.
Let's see. Going through.
Not the shit the internet. I'm not giving you that event, bro.
It's gonna show you.
It's local, right?
I'm just going through a random one. Okay, so anyways, you know. $2.4 million. Okay, this is interesting, right? So then you take this, same kind of thing, copy that, and so paste. Now, the free version of this gives you 30 daily downloads. So I got 30 daily downloads. So every single day I could just do this, but we have like an affiliate commission program. So it should be in the marketplace by the time you're watching this replay. If it's not in the marketplace, it will be soon. So if you're going to get this, we recommend getting it through the marketplace. And that way the commissions flow through the company because it's the same thing. That's if you ever upgrade, but you should be able to take advantage of the 30 that it gives per day. Somebody says it's difficult to hear me when the videos are playing. Yes, when the videos are playing and I try to talk over them, that will be difficult. But the 4K video downloader is the only tool I want anybody using. Let's talk about that for a minute. So when I first taught this was last year, we used a different tool besides the 4K video downloader. And it was just like a free tool that was just like a Google search. You Google search like download YouTube, download Facebook, download TikTok, and there's some free tools that were out there. The problem was that those free tools were problematic. And then people started recommending other tools. I started using other tools. And meanwhile, I ended up using about 20 different tools over the course of a few months when I was teaching Clipping Academy. Well, the 4K video downloader was consistently reliable, consistently high quality, and all you really have to do is learn to navigate one simple problem that they have, which is, well, the first problem is like making sure you get the right one, the actual 4K video downloader by Softonic. But the first problem is when you download it, sometimes it brings you to a page that gets you to upgrade. It wants money from you. But the problem is that you really don't need to upgrade. You don't actually need to pay any money. But that's the only problem, is that it brings up a web page and you think you have to upgrade. It's just a good sales pitch. Really, you can just close that. You can just close that web page, no problem, right? So essentially, that's the only problem you have to navigate, is that it's just like a pop-up. And you close that page and then your tool works fine. That's once people learn how to get over that, it's pretty good. And the reason I recommend everybody use 4K video downloader is not just because it's reliable, it's convenient, but also we can add it to the marketplace. Everybody can get commissions off of it. And so as we start to teach all this stuff, I want you guys to be able to use the same tools. I want everybody to be on the same page with the same tools. Also, when I started noticing people were having problems, when I was teaching people and they're having problems, almost always they weren't using that tool. Okay, so part of what I want to teach today is how to find the content, OPC, how to download the content, and then how to post or publish the content, and then how to advertise the content. But in there also, if you don't have a Faceless page, I also want to at least show you how to create a Faceless page. So the idea is, today, we're going to spend an hour and a half going through that process, right? I want you to be able to go and find OPC, other people's content, download it, and be able to maybe clip it. We'll see how much time we have, but just download it, post it, whatnot. Okay? So ask questions all along the way as well. So you just post them without changes? Well, it depends. Like in that example of that woman that interjects her opinion of that. Okay, remember the girl is like, Elon Musk could just give all this money to everybody and they still have all this money left, right? Problem solved. Her math was wrong. So what makes it a better video is somebody chimes in an opinion afterwards about it. But I don't want to share that woman's opinion. So in that example, I would download that, but then I would use a program like CapCut and I would cut and delete her part. And then I would either use the regular video, the original, or I would probably chime in myself and just be like, you guys, come on, let's do the math and like make a fun thing about that. Okay, but the Alex Hormozy one probably would keep that one the same. If you guys are watching the replay, it should be in the marketplace. If you're watching live, it's not in the marketplace yet. Okay. All right, let's keep going. And when videos are playing, it will be a little bit hard. Okay. So yeah, when the videos are playing, sometimes it'll be hard to see me. Okay, so let's keep going. So again, we're going to start with this. We're going to start with the idea of finding videos and downloading them, right? I recommend the easiest place is to go YouTube Shorts. Now, I do want to say you don't just have to let the algorithm present stuff to you. Let's go ahead and do a search for pickleball and click Shorts. Okay, now you got all these different pickleball clips as well. Okay, so you can kind of go through and you can search and you can find things in any niche. Okay, and you can kind of see, you know, and then don't just do pickleball, but just do like, let's see, pickleball funny or something like that, whatever your niche is, right? And then do shorts. Now, shorts, the benefit of shorts is that they're already edited into this format. Now, you don't just have to do shorts, okay? So you could also just go to all videos, and you can find something that's maybe like just something funny that has to do with pickleball. Let's say that there was a little clip from this that was funny. You could also download this video, and then you would have to put it into CapCut and you would have to make it a short. So I'll show you real quick how to do that, just so you at least know how. But I don't want to spend a lot of time on video editing today, but you want to get into this format right here. Okay. So let's see. Let's just kind of see. Like there's a funny one. Here's some people playing, teaching. A lot of people are just teaching. You know. So anyways, let's go back. Let's just grab this one that's like the cartoon. Okay. I don't even know what this stuff's about, by the way.
Yeah, we just started.
Let's grab that. It's 2.5 minutes, right? Same thing. Copy the URL. And then you're going to open, I guess I deleted it. Let's open it back up. Okay. Paste. And same thing, video, and then download. And as you can see, I got 26 downloads left. So it's downloading up here, and it's already done. And there it is. I got the video right here on my computer. So just like that, right? So that's how you get these videos. It's still loading, sorry. Otherwise I would play it. Let me close some of this down. 25.8 megabytes. It's not wanting to play. Oh, did I? Why is it just giving me audio? Okay, something went wrong. Let me just try to do this again. Sorry. Okay, copy. What did I do wrong? Paste. Video. MP4. It should download. I don't know why it wouldn't download as a, I don't know why this wouldn't download as an actual video. Upload right there. Yeah, for some reason it's not playing my QuickTime player, only the audio is playing. But let's try like another video. Yeah, for some reason nothing's playing my QuickTime. This is going to be very, very interesting, you guys. These videos are here. They are real. I do not know why my QuickTime in real time right now for this video is not working. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to open up CapCut. So I was in the middle of editing this. Let's go ahead and create a new project. Sometimes stuff doesn't work when you're live. You guys know how life works, right? It's just sometimes you're on the spot, stuff doesn't work. So let's go over here and let's go look at these files that we have. Let's start with this productivity routine right there. And this is one I grabbed from Alex Hormozy. So I would just drag it in here and drag it right there. But let's also drag in another one. Let's drag in the college student one, just like this. Drag that one in. And let's also drag in the pickleball one. Okay. And there's the pickleball one. So all these videos did come in. They just weren't wanting to play. Okay. So, and then what I'll do is they have all these on the timeline, but inside of, I'll probably just like pull them up like this. I like getting them on different lines like this. You know what I'm saying? Like get them different. Okay, so first things first. These ones are just shorts. You can see the preview window. And then this one is like the long one. So first things first, let me tell you how to get this long one into an actual short format, okay? Now, you'll notice it's already in a short format here in the video. That's because the first video I loaded in was a reel. So it automatically put all the videos in this timeline in a reel. That's one like nice like little thing that you can do. However, if this started out as a wide video, to get to this reel format, this 9:16 or whatever, you would go over here to ratio and you would just choose 9:16. Okay, that's all you do. Choose 9:16. It'll make the whole thing 9:16. But once you have it like this, and there's your video, whatever, you do have to go over here to scale and essentially drag it until it's about that size. So now that whole video is in the scale. Now you'll notice it's sometimes the people are out of frame and sometimes they're not, right? And so what you would do is you'd find the part of the video that you want to use. This video has nothing to do with pickleball pretty much. I don't know why it came up because they're playing pickleball in the beginning. But you would find like where you want to start the video, right? So let's say you wanted to start the video there with this person in the fire, right? So we're going to go and move this in. We're going to zoom in. Somewhere around here, the fire starts, right? And what I like to do is I also like to look for like the volume. The volume starts right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the B button. The B button is going to pull up the cut, the razor. But you could also get like all the short little tools up here and stuff like that. But we're just going to grab the B. We're going to grab the razor. That's going to be the start. We're just going to watch and see if it zooms in properly. This has nothing going on in it right here. So what I'll do is I'll kind of see like what it goes from this person close up to this right here. So on this little section, and then the person's back in frame right there. So you kind of see like here, the person's back in frame. So this little part right here in between, the person's out of frame, right? They kind of walk in, so it's not that bad, and they stand right there. But what I could do for this little section is I could kind of say, okay, at the very least, like this part here, at the very least, I could put her in the frame. There's two ways I can do this. As long as I put a cut and a cut, there's two ways I can do this. One, I can go ahead and double click on it, and I can move it over. But there's this position thing over here, position X and Y. So I can take this X right here, and I can move it up, and she'll move to the right. And I can move it down, and she'll move to the left. And so you'll start to kind of see how this works. You got up and down, and you got, this will be left and right, and then the Y is going to be up and down. So I notice, oh, negative numbers move to the left. Okay, so let's just try a negative 200. Okay, let's try a negative 500. Okay, that looks pretty centered. Now let's watch it again with it that way. Yeah, at least you kind of got it centered. So if you ever have a video where things are like that, you'll kind of be able to figure out, okay, people are out of frame. How can I get them in frame? Like even right here, same thing. I'll find where this cuts to her. Right there. And then I'll make a cut. And I want to get that part centered. And then I won't even get that part centered. So you kind of make this cut, go to this clip here, find a little piece of the clip, same thing. And you're going to go ahead and remember position left and right. Up is to the right, down is to the left. So you can just go, if it's just a little bit, you can just press the up arrow. But if it's a lot, just give it a number like 500. The positive number moves it to the right, 600. Let's go 1000. There we go. And that kind of makes it. And then you can just get it. Okay, and then let's just end it right there. So let's just say this is a bad example of reel because I have no idea what's going on this. I don't have any context, but let's end it right there. Okay, so we have the start right here with the fire, and we have the end right here with the fire. So now the last thing we need to do, press A, and that'll clear out the cut tool, A. The last thing we need is right here, we're going to start, right? So instead of this razor tool, we're going to go ahead and type I. The letter I is going to mark an in point. That's going to be where the video starts. Then we're going to go ahead and put the mouse here, click that line, and we're going to do O, out point. So you have an in point, I, and an out point, O. That right there means whenever you export, it's going to export this video, I through O. Wherever the I is where the export starts, wherever the O is where it ends. So I just got this 2.5-minute video, made it into a short, put that there. Pretty straightforward. That's what that, now it's a bad clip, but I also show you how to do it. I'm not going to teach too much about that today. In fact, I'm just going to delete all this right now, but we're going to have a little bit more fun with these because I'm not going to teach too much about those when you can just find existing shorts. Okay. Now a couple things. Let's say that this short didn't have any captions on it. So here's this Alex Hormozy one.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up, caffeine, nicotine, earplugs, a room with no windows, turn off all the notifications.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to you now about doing things automatically. So just like I edited that video, kind of showing you how to be able to cut, you're gonna need to know how to do that. There's no reason you should be using CapCut without it. But there's also gonna be tools that are gonna auto do things for you. So there's tools that will automatically find the center of things, especially if you're using a person like this. But there's also tools that are auto-generate things like captions. So if we go over here to text, then you'll be able to go to auto captions. And you can do the source language or whatever, you know that it's English, translated language, you don't need to worry about it, and we can generate. And so creating auto captions, now it's going to create them for both of these, right? But just like this, we just created captions. So let's look at this now.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up, caffeine, nicotine, earplugs, a room with no windows, turn off all the notifications on my phone, wait as long as I can before I eat my first meal, and a clear idea of what I actually want to do for the day from the night before. That is.
If there's 10 billion.
Okay, so this like little clip right here, right? So I got these captions. Now they already have captions on it, but let's pretend they didn't. Now these my captions are little white captions that are not really that great. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my captions right here. So I got my captions highlighted, okay? And so I have some options over here on the right. Let's just play some of these. First thing I'm gonna do, system. I'm gonna find maybe a different caption. So let's go Montserrat. You know what I'm saying? Like I can just preview and put the mouse over preview. There's Montserrat, okay? Let's go over here, font size, maybe make it a little bit bigger. Okay, pattern, let's make it bold. Let's make it all caps. Okay. Now, color, character alignment, center. But we can go over here and we can choose something. Like, look at even just this one right here. That's already looking significantly better than it just was before. Right? So let's play now.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up, caffeine, nicotine, earplugs, a room with no windows, turn off all the notifications on my phone, wait as long as I can before I eat my first meal, and a clear idea of what I actually want to do for the day from the night before. That is.
If there's 10.
Okay. So let's end it here.
Day from the night before.
From the night before. We don't want this last little part, right? We don't want this last little part after from the night before. So this person says from the night before.
That.
And we don't want the that is, right? We just want it to end there. From the night before. So let's just make a cut somewhere here. And let's just cut this and this and this. Okay. So we just want it to end kind of like right
first
there.
Meal and a clear idea of what I actually want to do for the day from the night before.
Okay. So now we've got a nice start and stop point, right? So again, we've got captions in case there weren't any. And if you wanted to make captions just like theirs, you can do all of those special effects. Like literally there's so many things you could do with these. I didn't even get started. You know, there's just a lot of stuff you could do with these. You know, whatever. Glow. You see they've got a glow on it. Like if you kind of look at what they do, they got a certain font. They got a really light shadow behind it. And then they got like a whole glow about it and all this kind of stuff. So there's just like all kinds of stuff you can do, you know, like even this one right here. And just then you can just kind of preview it and see.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up.
And then they also have like all of these different templates that also you can use for all kinds of stuff, right? So they've got these auto captions. They've got, you know, the ability to be able to add text templates, presets. They got the ability to be able to add in effects, all kinds of stuff, even animations. They got all of this stuff inside of CapCut, but I'm just trying to keep it pretty simple. Okay, so don't worry about me right now. I'm just keeping it really simple. Now, what I've done is I've just done captions. The last thing I'm going to do with this, just to kind of show you, is I'm going to show you how to make the captions a little bit better. So when I'm watching these,
my actual product.
See how the other captions are a little bit cooler? They kind of come in and they got emojis. So I'm looking for how can I improve this?
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up.
Okay, so even though it's auto captions, that's just my starting point. So let's go right here.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up.
Okay, sleep until I wake up, caffeine. So watch this.
Sleep until I wake up.
Sleep until I wake up, cut.
Caffeine, nicotine,
Cut, caffeine, nicotine.
earplugs, a room.
Okay, so I just made some cuts where I heard the words change. So watch.
Sleep until I wake up. Caffeine.
Sleep until I wake up. This one should say sleep until I wake up. So we're gonna click on it. We're gonna go over here. Sleep until I wake up. Okay, boom. This one should say caffeine.
Wake up. Caffeine.
Caffeine. So we're gonna click this one. We're gonna erase everything but caffeine. Now look how it looks.
Routine. Sleep until I wake up. Caffeine, nicotine.
And then this one should say nicotine.
Nicotine, earplug.
This one should say earplugs. Now, if we watch this, it's a little bit more interesting. It just took seconds.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up. Caffeine, nicotine, earplugs, a room with no windows, turn off all the notifications on my phone, wait as long as I can before I eat my first meal, and a clear idea of what I actually want to do for the.
Okay, and then I didn't like this right here. There's too much going on here, right? So let's blend this.
And a clear idea of what.
And a clear idea, and kind of cut it right there. And let's make this two lines instead. So this one here, and a clear idea. And then on this one, we're gonna erase a clear idea. So now let's look what it looks like.
Can before I eat my first meal, and a clear idea of what I actually want to do for the day from the night before.
There you go. So now if we watch this, it's just a little bit better, just slightly better.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up. Caffeine, nicotine, earplugs, a room with no windows, turn off all the notifications on my phone, wait as long as I can before I eat my first meal, and a clear idea of what I actually want to do for the day from the night before.
Okay, now the last thing you might want to do is add some music or something like that, right? So on top of this, you could add some music. Now, for music, there is a tool that we could use. We can use a tool, again, that's in the marketplace. It is a tool called Mubert. And I don't know if I have a login here. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this in real time. No. This is going to be tough. All right. Maybe I'm not going to use Mubert in this example because I don't know if I have an account that I can easily connect to. We'll see. I don't think that I do. I think that anyways, you can create an account here, and then essentially there's a few things you can do. You can type what you want here, but ultimately what you're looking for is an AI. It's going to create an AI track. So the first thing you're looking for is how long should it be? So if we go back and we look at this length here, right? You can see the seconds on top. This thing's about 15 seconds long. So all we need is a really 15-second track. So we're just going to type in 15, right? And then we can enter a prompt or upload image. We can even enter an image, or we can go here to genres, moods, activities. So you can kind of see all these, like, and you kind of figure like what type of, what goes with this? Let's just choose a random one, like energy 100, 15 seconds, and just go generate track. Okay, sport fitness energy is being created. And again, I don't know if I have an actual account here. We're going to see if this one actually works. I don't remember where I have my actual account. We're going to listen. Okay, so if you liked it, you would click download. And then you would go over to view your downloads, or you would click downloads up here. And then it would be downloading this in the background. Now it's going to take a second. There it is. And I add a link to me. Okay, we could do that with or without attribution, but we're going to just download it just for this example. They're always changing stuff like that about licensing too. And I don't know if it's actually downloading or what's happening. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and save. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to go back to CapCut, and we're going to go over here to import. And we're going to go ahead and grab that file, right? So that file should be here. Grab. So there's that audio file that we just created with AI, and then we're going to drag that underneath the video. Okay, see, it's about the same length as the video. So now we're going to listen. The audio track's probably going to be too loud.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up. Caffeine, nicotine, earplugs.
Yeah, it's going to be too loud, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do two things. One, we're going to bump up the volume of this original track because there's music behind us. We're going to bump the volume. We're going to click on it. we're going to click on audio and we're going to pump it up. We're going to just start pressing the up button. And we're going to kind of look down here at this file at the same time. We're going to look for like when it starts getting like yellow. You'll kind of see when I start going up, you start seeing some yellow in it now. Yellow, that means that it's like peaking, right?
Off all the notifications on my phone. Wait as long.
But that's okay. I don't mind. Now, we're also going to kind of we're going to bring down the volume of this one. So we're going to click on this one. Again, volume right there. We're going to go ahead and go down on it. Okay. And you want this to kind of be tucked. Now we're going to maybe take it to like 10 and we're going to play it from the beginning and see how this one sounds. We're looking for a blend where there's music to make it more entertaining, but where it doesn't take away from what's being said.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up, caffeine, nicotine, earplugs, a room with no windows, turn off all the notifications on my phone, wait as long as I can before I eat my first meal, and a clear idea of what I actually want to do for the day from the night before.
I loved it. Actually, for randomly creating a first AI beat, that worked out really well. So there we go.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up, caffeine, nicotine, earplugs, a room with no windows, turn off all the notifications on my phone, wait as long as I can before I eat my first.
Okay, good enough, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark an in point, I, and we're gonna go here to the end and we're gonna mark an out point with O. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the export. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit export up here. And depending on if you use pro features or not, it will either cost money or not. Okay, so you can always do things with the free account or the paid account. First thing you do is name it. So we're going to call this Alex Hormozi. We're going to name it, let's say productivity routine. Okay, Alex Hormozi. That's probably not how you spell productivity. Productivity. Alex Hormozi productivity routine. But then what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to do plus music and captions. Okay, they can't put it all. We're just going to put, we're just going to do, that's fine. We're going to call it 1. Okay, so I know where I'm saving it. I'm saving it just a regular 1080. I'm not checking these boxes. I'm just going to save it as the video. I'm going to hit export.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up, caffeine, nicotine, earplugs, a room with no windows, turn off all the notifications on my phone, wait as long.
Now I'm going to do the same thing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of these captions and I'm going to mute these captions, right? So you can just deactivate them right here or press V. Okay. V just deactivates them. So now I got the same export, but without the captions I added because he already has captions on it. So again, I'm going to go to export and Alex Hormozi productivity. I forget what it's called. Productivity clip 2. And we're going to export that.
My actual productivity routine.
And then lastly, I'm also going to take this clip right here and I'm going to press V. And now we just have the original, right? Now, technically I already have this. So I kind of don't need this, but if in case you did something different, you just want to save a few versions. So I do like the version without the music and so it already has captions. So it makes sense. Like you don't need double captions, right? I just wanted to show you how to do it. But I do like the version without the music because this would allow me to be able to upload this to my phone and I could add music in the app. So when I upload this to Instagram or Facebook, I can just actually add some music behind it. And then I can just adjust the volume right there. So now I can use some of the trending audio and stuff like that inside the app. I prefer to do that, but it's all right. The AI one goes. So then I would save this as like clip 3, but I already have it, so it's fine. Okay, so now that's basically how you pull in a clip and that's how you edit it. Now, the last thing I'll show you is for this one, again, we also grabbed the captions automatically, but what I'm gonna do for this one, we marked the in point, out point. I'm gonna go ahead and deactivate those captions. So for this clip, the point that I made was we want to stop it when she cuts, right?
If there's 10 billion people on Earth.
So another thing I want to do is I want to pump up the volume because that's one of the problems. You want to try to improve clips you're working with, right? First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably try to pump up the volume. I'm also hearing background music already in this one, so I'm not gonna add any music to this one.
And Elon Musk has $200 billion. Can't he just give each person $1 billion? And here's the twist. He will still have $190 billion left over. Isn't that concerning?
Okay, isn't that concerning? And so we can kind of see the volume here. Isn't that concerning? So right here, we can cut this. And right there, we see that's where it fades to black, right? But she's still talking. So we'll kind of put it right here. Boom. And I would just, delete that. And then I would probably just put myself in there. So let's watch the end of it.
$1 billion left over. Isn't that concerning?
Then clip yourself in there. And the other thing is it's got this like little
Can't he just
weird like little logo right in the middle. So first things first is I would probably find the original clip. I would probably not be satisfied with this logo over lips because I could probably find this original clip if I looked a little bit. Okay, that's just how I am. So, but in this case, I may have my own like little logo. Okay, so I may actually use my own little logo. Now, I don't mind the logo being on there. I don't mind using it, but if I have my own little logo, I could always use that as well, right? So I may have something, let's see if, let's just do something like this and say logo, and we're going to go to images, and we're going to see if I can grab a quick like little logo. This one's cool, huh? I made an AI logo design. It's got the Simpsons right in the, kind of cool what you can do. Pretty crazy. So like, here's a logo, for example, there's a logo. And let me just even say like logo transparent. You probably want something more transparent. There's a logo right there. Click funnels. But let's just say that like this was your logo, right? Let's just say this one right here was your logo. Okay, so if that's your logo, then you could always just drag your logo in as an asset and just drag it on top of the clip. So you kind of just drag it right there on top of the clip. And now you got your logo right there. Big old huge logo. Too big, right? But what you could do is you could take your logo right here and scale it down. And then just move it on top of that logo. And then maybe scale it up a little bit. And then if you want to get the right position, you could actually just kind of move it using this. And kind of get it right there. So now just like that, I got.
If there's 10 billion people on Earth and Elon Musk has $200 billion, can't he just give each person $1 billion? And here's the twist. He will.
And so now all I got to do is I just got to kind of stretch that out to be the whole thing. And so that's how you kind of put your own little logo on and stuff like that. If I wanted to, I could really even, put something up here if I wanted to, my own handle or whatever, but just showing you how to be able to do it in case you wanted to. So again, that's how I would do that, clip that out, and now I got some usable thing. But I'm a little bit more finicky. I'd probably try to find the original clip. I think that'd be much better. Give my own captions, give my own everything, and even my own music. But that's how I'd essentially do it. Also, if you're using short clips, there are AI tools that you can actually enhance the video clips. That your whole goal is to try to improve it if you can. So now that I got these clips, the next step is what to do with them. But before we do, I always want to make sure that I'm hanging with everybody and that I'm in chat, that I'm hanging out. So before I go any further, let's talk about what I'm doing right now, and let's make sure we're bringing everybody along in this working session. I'm waiting for you guys. Tell me what questions you have, what you need to be covered, what you don't want to be. You don't want to be somebody who's in the family and not speaking up. Okay. You want to, are you like, do you understand? You can find, in this example, you can find clips on YouTube, you can download them, and you can put them into CapCut, and you can edit them. You can make them video sized, you could do stuff. Now, I obviously have more training on this that you can go into. We have all this training on clipping. We have all this training, Fast Bootcamp, Clipping Academy, all these. But I want to make sure you guys are following along. It's not that I want you guys to be full-time video editors. It's just that I want you to have a working knowledge of how these things are done in case you need to do them. What software can make video quality better? So you can always check the marketplace, the IIS marketplace. We all have all these AI tools. AI tools can manipulate videos, right? AI tools can change them. You can do a lot with AI tools, right? You can add B-roll on top of clips. There's a lot that you can do. Also, you can do AI image upscalers. You can upscale the quality of a video. So maybe a video is blurry, you can upscale it. How do you spell the clipper? I'm not sure what the question is. Remini would work, yes. Oh, how do you spell the video editing tool? I'm using is CapCut. Ricky, you could do that with any videos. I've always I see about 10 clipped videos of mine per day. So we have thousands of community members, right? I just constantly get a feed of like all my clipped videos. You guys probably don't get it because you're not like tagged in them and you haven't trained the algorithm to show you like other community members' videos, whereas I have. But yeah, there's video. I constantly see people clipping my videos. They take these trainings like that, they clip me down, they throw captions on it, they put some music behind it, and they throw it on social media. So if the video you download has captions already, you find the original video to add your own captions. I'm picky. I love the idea of finding the original videos because I know it'll increase my chance to go viral, but it just matters. I'm not going to spend an hour looking for a video. I value speed more than that. So I would say if I had my value hierarchy would be how fast can I get the thing done. I'm new here, but is this for a faceless social media account and not personal accounts? No, I use it for personal accounts just the same. I mean, you can use like the idea is that you can basically clip anything. So let's say, for example, okay, in the beginning, we had Natalie Schroyer on. Natalie started up a brand new Instagram about a month or two ago and had a video that did 250,000 views organically, got a few thousand followers. Well, let's say that she goes on these rants, right? So let's say she had a YouTube channel and she goes on like a 10-minute rant, okay? That she can't post that as a reel. 10-minute reels aren't effective. She needs to post reels that are like 1 minute or less. So it'd be nice for Natalie to be able to pull her 10-minute rant into CapCut, make it in the size of a reel, and try to create a few reels out of it. So she could do 1 10-minute rant where she's just sharing everything and then kind of make like little highlights as reels to see if it goes viral and give herself some content. So maybe she struggles to get her rant across in just a minute. That's where like that video editing comes in handy. You can use it for anything, personal, faceless, whatever. Can you put a round glow light on your arrow to make it easy to follow? Yeah, they have all kinds of effects you can add in there. But me, no, I'm just not right now. Inside of Zoom, not right now. Sometimes when downloading a clip, it opens and 4K doesn't see that clip. Ever happened to you? It's never happened to me. I mean, chances are 4K is not seeing the clip. It's not, you're not copying the right URL probably. In reference to Natalie's viral video, should we have our affiliate link in the profile or just worried about building an audience first? I wouldn't put your affiliate link in the profile. No. Like, what are you thinking is going to happen? Like, maybe I've had affiliate links. Yeah, I have. I had an affiliate link and yeah, I did. I had an affiliate link in my Instagram last year. And it went to a page that I had a separate shopping cart for so I could track all sales. And I got 0 sales from it. So as soon as I took away the affiliate link and just said, hey, send me a direct message if you're interested in my club, $100 a month club or whatever, send a direct message. Then it was just like suddenly I started getting a lot of DMs. I got no sales when I just led them directly to a sales page. So like I'm first of all, I'm not really a fan of the link in the bio. The only reason we teach it is because I do like giving you, if you're a beginner, I like giving you something you could do. You'll have a sense of accomplishment to have a link in your bio, but I wouldn't anticipate that you'll ever make a sale from it. Having a link in your bio, there's not this market of people that just go sniffing around profiles and looking for a link and then buying things. There just is no market for that. So the only way somebody would click your link in the bio and buy something is if you pre-qualified them in a video and told them what you're looking for. I have a link in my bio where you can get it. And then you got to hope a percentage of those people go to your bio and then go. You would have to tell people to go there, which is no different than telling people to send you a direct message. But I would rather have the direct message because I'd rather have the conversation. I'd rather have the ability to have a conversation with them. Why does the video sometimes after you use 4K video downloader and you save it to the folder, saves the MK video? Because it gives you the option of MK or MP4. You have to choose MP4. How do I use AI? I keep hearing about it. If you're that new to AI, where you hear about AI, but you haven't started using it yet, then I wouldn't use it. But inside of Atlas Academy, there is a section that we teach AI. At least start there learning about it. But if you're that new to AI, I wouldn't use it. You don't need AI that bad. How do we handle giving credit to the original creator? Is it normal or expected? No, they'll give credit to themselves for the most part. They're on the video, like Alex Ramosi like all over that video. All right, let's keep going. I don't see any more questions. Okay, so let's keep going. And what I'm going to do now is let's talk about publishing, right? So what we want to do now is we want to, we want to publish, right? So here is a random fan page, daily motivational quotes and stories. This is just random. I don't know what this is. It's from a long time ago. Look, no cover photo, no nothing. So, whatever. We could just do it here. I can show you how to do it, but it's just a random. I just pulled up the most random one that I had. So you would create basically like a fan page on Facebook. I don't know how. I don't know if I really need to teach this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I really need to teach this, but you would just go to, essentially just, the little dots, create a page and just name it. Create your page here. Now, as far as category, like just if you're going to choose like a store or something like that, then it's going to likely, it's going to like ask you to fill in some information or whatever, personal information. So I tend to go with like just real simple stuff or whatever. Page name, nothing major, create the page. Okay. And then just go in and create a profile picture and a thing. So it's like creating pages, like just too easy, right? So you don't need to really worry about that. It just takes seconds and you can just navigate just like that. You just click on it, navigate in between your pages. So once you have a page, then you're going to post some content, right? How do you post content? You basically just click photo, video, just like this, and you can drag a video in there or whatever you want to do. These are the videos that I don't have edited, and these are the videos that I do have edited, and maybe I don't have it. Sorry, I don't know where I saved this to in real time here. Okay, there's the productivity clip.
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up.
Okay, so I added the music to that one. Open that. There it is. Right. I can go into video options if
My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up. Caffeine, nicotine, earplugs, a room with no windows, turn off all the notifications on my phone, wait as long as I can before I eat my first meal, and a clear idea of what I actually want to do for the day from the night before. My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up. Caffeine, nicotine, earplugs, a room with no windows, turn off all the notifications on my phone, wait as long as I can before I eat my first meal, and a clear idea of what I actually want to do for the day from the night before. My actual productivity routine. Sleep until I wake up. Caffeine, nicotine.
There you go. Let's post it a reel. Okay, I already posted it. There it is. And I just posted a second one right now. It's going to be posted in a minute. It's a video, so it takes a minute before they allow it. And then your video is ready to view. So if I refresh the page, should have two of the same video there. Yeah, I got two of the same video. I mean, one has music behind it, I guess. And I just put, do you agree with Alex Ramosi? So I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to get the page to go viral. Right. Now, I wouldn't use this page, just so we're clear. Like, I don't really care about this page. I'm just using this for teaching purposes, but I wouldn't use this page personally. I think this page is stupid. I'm just kind of showing you. Right. So now there's a few things we could do, right? We could boost this post. If we click boost post, it's going to bring me to, it's going to want me to spend $42 and boost this post. Okay. Not a huge fan of this, but we're going to talk about it because you guys can use it. But let's just talk about the boost post feature for a second. Before I do, let me jump into chat. Make sure you guys are hanging along. Okay. What are the reels? What are the dimensions of reels? Okay, so this video right here, right, is wide. This is like the format for like YouTube. The reason I do this is because I embed videos inside the members area. So this is like, mostly this is like 16 by 9. Otherwise, regular video format. If I turn this on its side, that would be 9 by 16, would be the reverse of it, right? That would be a tall format. So 9 by 16 is generally what you want for like reels and stuff like that. Make sense? Hey, I thought you recommended not using Boost. Yeah, I don't recommend using Boost. I just thought I'd show you guys what it is in case you guys need to see it. I wouldn't use it. I don't like it. I think it just eats up too much of your money. All right, so let's keep going. I don't see any questions, want to make sure. So essentially, the Boost post, the reason I don't like it is because all of the defaults are like just geared to take your money. So let's talk about this. Like the first thing is, look, it defaults to send messages. I don't want this. I want this video to go viral. I don't want it to send messages. So it's difficult, right? And then also look at all these different ways. Look at all these different places it's posting it. Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Audience Network. So the problem is it's splitting the views between all of these different places and stuff like that. I don't want all that stuff. There's so much stuff going on. It's not even going to reach anybody. So, let's go through this though. Let's just look at it just so you guys understand what it is. Okay. Boost post. Goal. What results would you like from this ad? Automatic. Let Facebook select the most relevant goals based on your settings. Okay. I don't want that. Do I want to get more messages? Good for sales? No. Now, do you guys understand why I'm saying no? You guys might think, wait, I want traffic, leads, and sales. No, I got a brand new page nobody knows about. I need to get some I need to get some people, right? I need to get this video views, good for engagement. All the other sales, no. Traffic and sales, no. Traffic, lead, sales, no. We're not even remotely close to that. We need engagement right there. Okay, get more video views. Boom. Okay, we're getting there. Button. Do you want to get more messages? No. Why would I want it? What? What's going on? No button. I don't want no button. Are you kidding? We're already doing better just by doing that. We're already doing better. It's already going to show us a lot more. Okay, good. The number's going up. We're getting somewhere. No button. Do you see what I'm saying? You guys following? Hopefully you're following. Special ad categories. Is this about housing? No. I'm going to click that. Audience. Who should see your ad? Okay. Audience details. Now, advantage audience. This audience is based on your page details and will automatically adjust over time to reach more people who have interest in related to your business. Well, my page doesn't have my audience yet. So yes, if I had a pickleball page with 10,000 pickleball fans, I think that this would start to become relevant, but I don't. So I've got my audience details, but let's look at the options it gives. So people you choose through targeting, that'd be pretty nice. People like your page? No, because I don't have enough people there. People who like your page are similar to them? No, not enough people there. Big 5 female entrepreneurs. This is pulling in from my preset lists. This I do want to talk to you guys about if we can, but these are good. But this one's really where we want to run the ad, but I want to show you how I got there, right? So audience details. So if we look at this one right here, audience details, right? It's saying 18 to 65, all in the United States with no detailed targeting. Okay. So estimated audience size, 238 million to 281 million. Now that's a lot of people. So we got to give it some detailed mark. Like we can't just say, show this to everybody in the United States, right? So detailed targeting. So you can just type in something like fitness and you're going to start to see all kinds of things. People interested in Zumba fitness, people interested in interest anytime. So they're going to be interested in fitness gyms, publications, all kinds of stuff, right? So essentially, when you're just trying to get video views, you're going to want a large audience. When you're actually trying to make sales, you're going to want a smaller, more precise audience, precise interests. But for this one, we just want to be very, very generic. But I'm looking for interests, really. I don't really care about demographics or careers or stuff like that, just interests. So let's just see what happens if I choose fitness and wellness. So I've got United States fitness and wellness. Okay, 130 million. So maybe that's too, maybe that's still, I mean, that's still pretty broad, but still maybe a little bit too broad, right? So let's just go back and let's do this again, right? So fitness, but this time let's do 24-hour fitness just as an example. Now look at how small this estimated audience size is, right? So now that's too small. We don't want that. That's because it shows demographics. We'd rather do interest than demographics, but it's too small. So don't want that. Does this make sense? We want to get a nice size that's actually targeted. Now, why am I doing fitness? I don't know, because the dude's buff, but let's do entrepreneurs. Okay. So we got entrepreneur as a demographic, but we have entrepreneurship as an interest. So let's go through both. Entrepreneur as a demographic, 32,000 to 38,000. But entrepreneurship as a interest, 80 million. Now, this is going to be better for me, right? Business and finance, entrepreneurs, stuff like that. So first things first, I'm just showing you how interests work inside of the Boost Post feature. But ideally, if you're going to run video views or you're going to want to get a bunch of video views, you're at least going to want to get this down. This is still a lot, but you're at least going to want to get this down. Now, I want these video views to be cheaper because all I'm really caring about is objectives, video views. So there's a couple options I have. One, boom, cut that out. Cut out United States. So there's some options I could do. Okay, let's see if worldwide pops up. If not, I'll just go through. But look, worldwide is a place. There's worldwide, right? Worldwide plus 1 mile, United States, it didn't do it. It's not doing worldwide. It should default to it. This is why I don't like using the, this is literally why I don't like using the, I don't like using this tool. Because worldwide is an actual place in LA. Okay, that's why, this is another reason why I don't like using Boost Post. You have to actually go and do everything manually. So we're going to go in here, we're going to do United States, country, or at least looking for that. United States country. We're going to expand it. Let's go to United Kingdom, country. Okay. There we go. We got 2. Let's go to Canada, country. Okay. You see what's happening there? We got all these different things that are happening. So we're starting to get these little check marks or whatever for these countries. Okay. So we can keep going. We can go Australia, country. Boom. We can go New Zealand, country. You see what I'm saying? So we can go, what do we have here? We have 5 different places, right? And what it's going to do is it's going to help us get this a little bit cheaper. Now I'm curious, there's 112 million to 132 million. I'm curious though. What I might do is just see what happens without the United States. 32 million to 38 million, right? So understand that, like, depending on what you're trying to do, that's how you would be able to figure out, that's how you're going to figure out like what size audience you want. So eventually right now I'm just looking for a lot of views. So at the very least, if you're going to use the Boost Post feature, you're looking for something like this. Now also who you're targeting and what are the age ranges. Okay. In this case, I'll leave it all broad. So I've got entrepreneurship people all over, and let's save this audience. Okay. So here's my audience details. Location, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, New Zealand, United States. Ages, 18 to 65. People who match interests, entrepreneurship. Okay. And how long do I want this to go? 7 days, 10 days, you know, and how much do I want to spend? See what I'm saying? So you need, your minimum budget is $1 per day. So your budget has to be at least $7. Okay. So in this example, you can say $10, whatever. Now it's not a lot of money, but that gives you an example. Now, where do you want to place it? So they're basically saying, hey, we're going to place it everywhere. Let's just turn that off. And there's Instagram, there's Messenger. We don't care about it being there. We just want this post to go viral, right? So we just want this thing on Facebook. Okay. So we just keep things simple. Just keep things real simple. I just want this thing to be on Facebook. We're all good. We're all good. So this is an example, right? Now, the problem is that this limits you a lot. That's the only thing I don't like about this is that that's it. Those are your only options. So we're going to talk about Ads Manager, but if I want to, I could publish this. It'll take like a little while to be able to get approved for publishing. Before I go any further, let me make sure we understand that, because we're a family and we're working along. That's how you would boost a post properly. So at the least, if you're just wanting to take the simplest route to spending $10 and boosting a post, at least do something like that. Get something that's a video views objective, Make sure there's no send message option. Make sure you're just posting it on Facebook. Just do that and spend like 10 bucks. Okay. $1 a day for 10 days, whatever. Just put $1 a day for 10 days. Just experiment. Or if you want, if you want to try more, do $5 a day for 5 days. There's 25 bucks. Okay. But Ads Manager is essentially where you're going to go from beginner to pro. So at some point, you're going to have to learn Ads Manager. So I'm going to try to get you guys a little bit of knowledge today without going too deep into a hardcore Facebook advertising situation. So before I go any further, let me just see where the family's at. Live viewers, where you guys at? Some of you have already experimented. Okay. So maybe some of you, maybe before we go any further, let's talk about the why. Why would you want to boost a post, or why would you want to use the Ads Manager? Because when you start a brand new fan page, your videos aren't going to be shown to anybody. You can always get lucky. I'll bet you if you were to ask Natalie, what was your secret? How did you get that video to go viral? Natalie's going to tell you my secret was luck. You know what I'm saying? I set up an Instagram profile, I made some videos, and then boom, the algorithm did it. So yes, we all have that possibility. We all have the possibility the algorithm just kicks into gear for us. Ads is our only way to sort of game the system. So with ads, if you can kind of spark up the initial volume on a video, then and just kind of see, you're gonna be able to try a few different ones and be able to get that perfect video that's super cheap and gets a lot of views. Then you'll start to notice you're going to get the Natalie effect, but to any faceless page. And then you'll start getting some fans and stuff like that. So you'll notice I have all these random pages that have like 10,000, 20, 30,000 fans, 100,000 fans. Those are just because I just would like boost a post on a video, get a bunch of views, a bunch of people become fans, right? Now, I'm going to show you, I want to go a little bit further than the boost post. So there's a few ways to get there, right? But we could just get there, we get there a few different ways. When we're in here, when we're inside of this and we're choosing all this kind of stuff, it'll also give you the option to be able to go to Ads Manager. Hey, say for advanced targeting features, go to Ads Manager. Okay, but you could also just go into your Ads Manager. So essentially, when you're inside of your Ads Manager, there is this tool right here called Audiences. And you guys have seen me teach this before. And this tool essentially allows you to be able to create some audiences in advance. And I recommend doing that. Okay. So let's go here to create an audience. And we're looking to create saved audiences. So let's name this audience. Let's call this, let's know that we're doing an Alex Hormozi video. So let's just call Alex Hormozi. Okay. I'm going to call Alex Hormozi. Custom audiences. We don't really need any kind of custom audiences. We're going to go through and it's the same thing, right? What we're looking to do is we're looking to get this. Here's what we have so far. Anybody in the United States, ages 18 to 65. That's too broad. And there's too many people. But we want this to be in the millions. We really, for just to get video views, we want this to be in the tens of millions, but we don't really want it to be like expensive. And we don't want it to be too broad. So the lower this goes, the lower this number goes, probably the more expensive and the less views we're going to get. The higher it goes, it's just too generic. We don't care about the views. We want to try to get our target audience, especially if you're in a niche. If you're in a niche, it's a lot easier, by the way, because you would just really find all the keywords related to your niche. But the first thing we want to do is we want to go back to these locations. Okay. So I like to focus on all of these kind of locations. Now, I think this one does let you do worldwide. Nope. Let me see if it does, though. It should let you do worldwide. It's not letting you do it here either. There is a way to do it. I'll figure it out when I'm not on this. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so there's also ways you could do it like this. You could just mass click everything. You know what I'm saying? This can kind of get you like a little bit more than just the United States. You can mass click things. So I guess that's one way. They do default to, so I could select all countries. I think that's what they're having you do now is select all countries. So if I browse, select all, 2 billion people. Okay. So the select all countries feature is also quite interesting. The problem is that the downside, the upside is you're going to get, see, look, it did do location worldwide when I did that. That I guess is that brought up the worldwide thing when I hit select. So sorry, that's what you do. So the upside and the downside, the upside is it's going to be cheap. It's going to be very cheap and it's going to get me a lot of views. The downside is I'm going to get a lot of weird comments. You know what I'm saying? Because people aren't going to understand it. So be creative with that if you're going to do that. In my case, what I like to do is I like to do English speaking countries. So I'll usually grab 5 or 6 of them, right? United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and you could also do places like, you know, Ireland or whatever. It's not going to add like a whole lot, but you can also do Ireland. You can do stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? You're getting these English speaking countries. You're still going to get a big audience. It's not going to be in the billions. You're going to get a big audience though. And now you want to narrow this down. You want to get it up and then you want to get it down. So now that we got it up, now we can target the demographics. So we're really going to do this based on who we think is going to have the highest. First of all, it's like really what I'm thinking is who is my demographic? Who am I trying to target with this page? So if it's just video views, I'll leave it broad. But if I am really trying to, if my audience that I target is men, then I'm going to change to men. If it's women, it's going to be women. You know, languages, you could also, let's look and see if it makes any difference, but 159 million because targeted men. And let's do English all. And that brings us down to 151 million. So barely covered it. But if you are going to do worldwide, you do have to choose English. Okay. Just so you're aware of that. But I found that like it doesn't, you're still going to get all these other languages. You're not going to really make a difference there. So now we're at the end, and the most important thing is going to be interests, behaviors, demographics. Now, I do want to show you a kind of a cool thing. What I like to do is I like to type in one interest on what I'm looking for, like something related to what I'm looking for. And then I'm going to use the suggestions button to be able to find what other related keywords are to that so that I don't have to really search so much. This is kind of the hack with detailed targeting. So let's target some influencers. Let's target some people in our industry. Let's say Lewis Howes. Okay. There's Lewis Howes, podcaster. Now, automatically that brought me down to only 1 million, right? So I want to get it back up because I'm not actually targeting like, I don't have like a shirt that has like Lewis Howes on it where only Lewis Howes fans are. I actually have something that appealed to a lot of entrepreneurs in our space. So I want to get this in the millions. So I'm going to go to suggestions and I'm going to start going through, and anybody here that I even recognize at all, I'm going to use. So I'm going to go Gary Vaynerchuk. That brought us from 1.1 million to 4.3 million. So we're going to go through Gary Vaynerchuk, let's say Brendan Burchard, Marie Forleo, you know, start going through this, anybody you might know, if they're related to kind of what you're doing. You know, I'm not going to go that broad, like Richard Branson, Oprah Winfrey. No, I'm going to try to stick in our circle or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to get maybe some authors, some people that you know, whatever. So then you're going to get a bunch of people and you're going to get it to, let's say, 5 million to 6 million, right? Maybe get it even up to 10 million. You're not going to narrow it down or anything like that. So we got author, podcaster, marketing. We can go even bigger if we wanted. And if we're not seeing who we want in the suggestions, then we could always go a little bit further and try to type in some other people, right? So maybe you go in and let's see if like, I don't know if Tony Robbins comes up or something. Tony Robinson? No, let's say, let's go with some authors. What about Tim Ferriss? Timothy Ferriss, author. Tim Ferriss, author, right? And you go and you keep going like that. And it shows you kind of like the audience size over here. It shows you like what it does. So you can kind of go in like that. You're going to grow your audience. You're going to get it. Now, once you have this audience set, then you're going to go up to audience name and we're going to name this. We're going to name this something that lets me know all the things we've chosen. So it's kind of like this. How can I summarize this? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. let's go. Let's even call this Lewis House, Gary V, and let's call it Big Five, because those are the countries I'm going. And let's go 18 to 65 men. Okay. And you can type in Lewis, Gary, Brendan, Murray. Okay. So we could even, so I kind of know who I'm targeting there. You could also even do something like the size, you know, you could go 6 million. So you kind of know any kind of details up here are just going to help you be able to kind of learn about it. So create saved audience. And now I kind of at a glance kind of know it's 6 million people right there. But I could always just hover over to get the same information. But you know, 6 million people, see how it doesn't show me how many people are necessarily in this audience? That's kind of why I like to be able to have like 6 million. So I kind of have a know, so I kind of know if I need to use that. So now when I'm placing ads, that's going to be there and able to use, right? So that's kind of one of the reasons why I like doing ads that way. I noticed some chat coming up, so let me stop and answer some chat really quick. Would you have something set up in GHL first to direct people to so you're confident when lots of messages happen? I don't want any messages to happen. Can anybody explain to me why I don't want any messages to happen? And then I'll tell you why. Do you stay with English countries? Yeah, I mean, I don't put it to you this way. Yes and no. If I take this same thing that I did in CapCut, okay, that same Alex Hormozy thing. Remember I have the captions on it? I could just translate those captions into another language. And I can then I can call that Alex Hormozy Brazil. And I could run that to Brazil and I could translate it to Portuguese. And now I'm able to repurpose other people's content for other languages. Now I can start building up a Brazil fan page, Brazilian entrepreneurs. I can start building that whole entire thing up and just constantly grabbing content, adding captions that are in Portuguese, and then advertising it to that audience, just building, and get this massive page of Brazilian entrepreneurs, and then probably team up and partner with somebody who's fluent in Portuguese to be able to start delivering offers and things like that to them. That's the time that I would really stretch outside of English. But if it's like right now, I'm going to have a higher probability to be able to convert an audience of English speaking people. Bonnie says, I was told that ask the people you advertise for, ask for a customer list, not to use, but clone it. I have no idea what you're talking about, but we're not teaching any customer lists right now. Alyssa says KLT. No, this doesn't build any KLT factor right now. This is a faceless page. 0 KLT factor is built here. Patsy says this is for views only to get followers. That's pretty much all I'm looking to do. Like, you guys all understand the idea of seasoning, right? We're seasoning a page. All we're doing right now is we're testing. Like, before I monetize, can I first ask myself, like, is this even going to work? Like, if this thing flops and doesn't get any views, or the views are expensive, like, I'm off to the next niche. It took me, this would take me to set up a page, grab a video, post it, run an ad to it. It's like, I'm not going to spend more than 30 minutes on this, right? Maybe an hour most. And that's everything. Creating the page, finding the video, publishing the video, and advertising the video. And if I can't even get any sort of traction at all, then I'm not going to sit there and force a page that's not good. I doubt that like daily quotes and motivational page is going to do any good at all. I'm not going to sit around and force it. I'm going to probably move to something else like, now I understand why Chris says to do pickleball or do cats or do, golf or whatever. Because once you get into the very specific audiences, yes. But as far as like all these other things like conversion ads or custom audiences or customer lists, that is so advanced. Like, if you can't even get a video to go viral for less than a penny per view, trust me, I wouldn't even pay a penny per view. If I'm paying more than a penny per view, it's not even worth it. Like, if you can't get a video to go viral, basic existing viral video to go viral, like, there's almost no hope. So it would be better to just do a different niche or find a different video, find different content. Bruria says, you want people to share the video and not get turned off by them being thrown up on. I mean, kind of. It's just that, why would anybody buy anything? This like, what is it about this Alex Hormozy video here? Why would anybody, like, I just want you guys to think like common sense, logically. Why would anybody watch this video and then want to buy something or want to send me a message? Like, it's not a match. That makes no sense. Now, I could try to make sense of it. I could basically, at the end of that Alex Hormozy video, I could splice myself in and say, hey guys, Chris Record here. I have studied Alex Hormozy's daily routine and I put it together right here in this PDF guide. So here's a PDF guide. Here's his whole daily routine. If you guys want this, click the send message button and I'm glad to send you this entire PDF guide of his entire daily routine. There you go. That would at least maybe then it would make sense. But if I'm just sharing a random quick viral video, then why on earth would I add a call to action to it? Right? Why would it wouldn't work. And then as soon as you add the call to action, then Facebook is going to say, oh, you're making money from this, so we're going to charge you a premium. And now you're paying a massive amount because they're optimizing for leads, which is like $5 a lead. So now you might spend $10 and you might get 20 views. I'm looking to get 1 million views. So what you're really looking for is you're just trying to find some videos that people like and enjoy, that they're glad that it came across their feed. They're tagging their friends in there, stuff like that. You're really just looking to like keep experimenting until you find a video that people want to share. Once you get to the point where you've built up a page, then it's different. Once you've built up a page and you have, let's say, like tens of thousands of followers, yeah, now you can probably post some. I could do the same Alex Hormozy video, but I'm probably going to get some organic views and some natural likes on it. So now I'm not going to advertise every single video, right? I've got some that are naturally. I could just start building up. Now I'm going to start to notice my page growth is going to kind of keep growing. So now I'm posting, maybe 1 to 3 reels a day organically. And then maybe when I am advertising every once in a while to boost some things, to pick some things up. Glendora says, if you're new, you have not yet established know, like, and trust. You can trust me on this. This will not happen with a faceless page. The faceless page, KLT factor goes out the window. What you're looking to do, so you're looking to use simply niche factor. Your page is bringing videos from a very specific niche to them that they like, that they love and they enjoy. So you're looking simply to build up your organic followers. The benefit of a faceless page isn't so much KLT factor. That's going to take a long time to build. Okay. The benefit's not KLT factor. Here's the benefit. You guys know who I am. I'm Chris Record. You guys know who I am. You know things about me. You probably know where I live. You probably know my age. You probably know my hat collection. You probably know my story, a little bit about my story. You guys know me. So I can, from the K factor, I can get you to like me by being relatable, conversational, being a good communicator, having some fun, creating all this kind of stuff. Something like, I like this guy. And then I get you to trust me by delivering value, by helping you out consistently, by showing you results, by showing you that other people are getting results, by helping you be able to get some results. So if you guys understand, that's KLT factor. So as an example, we brought somebody on at the beginning of this session. We brought somebody on who just started Instagram a couple months ago and just had a video, followed the training, followed what we're doing, just started getting out there and putting themselves out there. And the video is like, I just got off of Zoom and I'm out here. It's like every day should be like smooth like this. They're in a good mood. That thing got 250,000 views. So as people start to implement what I teach and start to get results, they'll start to trust me. That is KLT factor in a nutshell. If you guys understand what that is, you'll understand it's a lot easier to build if there's a face here. If there's not a face here, if there's not a brand here, I can accomplish the same thing, but it's going to be harder. Now, this is an example of KLT factor built through a brand. Celsius is a brand that people know, like, and trust. I can walk down to my 7-Eleven or my grocery store and there will be Celsius available in the energy drinks aisle, right? It is becoming a brand people know, like, and trust. This brand is competing with other brands that people know, like, and trust, such as Red Bull or Monster or Rockstar. Okay. So if I wanted to form an energy drink and call it Chris Record Energy, that is going to be very, very, very difficult for me to compete with brands. So at most, I might be able to get some followers to be able to try it. But there's a time when a brand name makes sense. If you're going to form an energy drink, a brand name makes sense. If you're going to form an e-commerce store, a Shopify store, a brand name is going to make more sense than your own name. But there's times when a personal name makes sense. Like, let's say I'm going to have a podcast. Either one could work. But I could, in that case, call it the Chris Record Show. And I could build up my own brand, like the Joe Rogan Show. Okay. So the Joe Rogan podcast, right? Or I could call it a name like the Lifepreneur podcast, and I could become a little bit more generic, but I could probably build a brand around that name. And over time, people would start to learn about the podcast, would start to remember the name, would start to enjoy the episodes. And also I could do a combination of both. A perfect example of somebody who does both is Lewis Howes. Lewis Howes brands himself, Lewis Howes, and he also brands his podcast, which is School of Greatness. So you can kind of do a little bit of both. Okay. That's personal branding in a nutshell. KLT factor is likely not going to happen from your Faceless page. So your Faceless page has a different objective. Your Faceless page says, how can I create some content and hopefully advertise it to give it some edge that is niche specific, that people in this specific audience, in this specific demographic like? Then hopefully they subscribe and they like the channel. Now that they've liked the channel and I increase that, can I create some more content that is similar, niche specific, that they like? Now, the idea that I built all of this conversation up to one main point, which is people don't know Chris Record, but people know golf. They don't know Chris Record, but they know golf. So when it comes to the KLT factor, the K, the first one, and the L, it's actually, the K and the L is actually easier to do with a Faceless brand than it is with a personal brand, because a stranger does not know me or like me. So I have to get on their radar and I have to convince them that I'm somebody worth knowing and liking. But if I use a Faceless channel and I use somebody else's content, like Alex Hormozy, if they recognize Alex Hormozy, they may already know him and like him. So naturally, they're going to click the like button. And if my page is, let's say, a golf page, then it's easier for them to like a page about golf because they already like golf. So when given the opportunity, let's say that I post a Tiger Woods video, okay, OPC, a cool Tiger Woods interview, a cool Tiger Woods video where he drops some knowledge. But the page is Chris Record fan page, or the page is, viral golf moments, or golf interviews, right? Or the golf show or whatever. It's easier for them to click like on golf interviews than it is Chris Record, because they don't like Chris Record. Why would I like this page? So think about this from a common sense approach. Let's replace my name with Joe Davis. So let's say Joe Davis posts a Tiger Woods video. Why would I like Joe Davis? I watch a video about Tiger Woods. I like that video. I'll engage in the video. I'll watch it. I'll leave a like. I'll leave a comment. I'll even tag a friend. But why would I like his page? I don't know who Joe Davis is. I don't care about Joe Davis. However, if that same video was on Tiger Woods' page, yes, I'm a fan of Tiger. I know who Tiger Woods is. I like Tiger Woods. I'm going to like this page. So Faceless pages have an advantage because people already like the topic. That's why you can build a fan base. That's why I build a fan base over 49ers fans, or a fan base of Walking Dead fans or TV show fans, right? Because people already like the show. So like, ooh, I like this page. So if I have a page that's all about Game of Thrones related stuff, and I come up with some witty page name, people already that like Game of Thrones would be like, oh, I want to follow this page and see all this game. I want my newsfeed to see more of this. So you're going to get the K and the L, know and like. The T factor is harder. A person is easier to trust than some random Faceless brand. So that's the part that's going to take years. That's some super knowledge. And I just don't know. Sometimes I don't know if you guys are engaging with it, but it's super knowledge. When we looked at Natalie's page earlier, the reason Natalie grew so many followers, 3,000 followers from a single video, is because she was branding herself, right? If that was an AI avatar that was saying that, it wouldn't work the same, right? Because she was branding herself and the page, the profile was about her, it was easy to follow her. She's the nanorants, right? She's ranting about some stuff. It's just, it's easier to build the personal relationship that way. So KLT factor is better in the short term when you use a personal brand. Natalie experienced that 2 months ago, set it up, doesn't even know what she's doing. Boom, thousands of fans. You're going to get people going to know you and like you if you have a faceless page, as long as it's niche specific, but they're not going to trust you as quickly. Natalie's going to be more trustworthy. She keeps making videos and stories. She's going to be easier to trust than, pickleball pros. Okay. But eventually your brand can become trustworthy. So we've been learning bridge marketing, and now this is more traffic, not the bridge marketing. We should already have the bridge set up first. No, I'm not trying to send any traffic to an offer. This is the part that's hard for people to understand. Is the unlearning is the hard part, right? Our mind says what I want to learn is how to spend $10, boost a video, and then I get a sign up in IIS. That's what we want to learn. Great, we'll teach that. We'll do our best. I mean, that sounds kind of hard, but we'll do our best to try to teach that one. I mean, if we could do that, we're just all going to get rich, and we should scratch every other idea I've ever taught. But a better skill to learn that's more realistic would be, how can I create a page from scratch? How can I post other people's content? How can I spend $5 here, $10 there, maybe $20 here, and get that content to go viral? Therefore, people are sharing my content and the page is growing. And once the page grows enough based on the ad, based on paid traffic, then I can start to post organic traffic, and then naturally I'm going to start to see this uptake. Now I've got a faceless page that has 100,000 followers. Every single post I'm posting has got thousands and thousands of engagements. Once I have this audience, I can generally monetize this for the next 5-10 years. It's just much more realistic. That's why I try to teach. What I would say to back that up is, if you go in with the expectation that your first 1 or 2 pages is probably going to flop, that will probably help you. That expectation is a little more realistic. Your first 1 or 2 pages is probably going to flop. You're probably going to pick the wrong niche. You're probably going to pick the wrong videos to advertise, and you're probably going to pick the wrong interest to advertise to. Why? Because you're beginners. If it were so easy that you could literally watch a Zoom and then boom. And yes, some of you will be the anomaly. Some of you will be like, oh my God, I just did this and I just got 100,000 fans. Yes, that will happen. It will annoy the hell out of the rest of you, but it'll happen. But don't set yourself up where I'm expecting to be the anomaly. Like, it's way better to expect just to be the realistic result that most people get, which is you're probably going to choose the wrong niche, probably going to choose the wrong content, probably choose the wrong interest, probably lose money on the ads. That's more realistic. When you go in with that expectation, you go, okay, but if I learn and I kind of see what other people are doing and I get some hands-on experience, I get familiar with it, then I can obviously get better at picking a niche. I can get better at identifying content. I can get better at finding interests, and I can get better at running ads. Those are things that are in your control. So I want you to think of this like investing. When you just buy stocks, you're just paying and praying. When you buy crypto, you're paying and praying. Even when you buy real estate, to an extent, you're paying and praying. But at least with real estate, there are things you can do to improve the property. So if you bought real estate, it would be in your best interest to say, how can I improve the curb appeal of this property so I have something I can do to make the value go up? How can I improve the kitchen? How can I do this? And how can I do it with a small amount of money? I understand it's going to be an investment, but I'm looking for the best ROI on my money. This is how you would think. I have something I can do to improve the value of my investment. And that's essentially what we're learning here. We're saying, first, you got to learn the basics of how to be able to do the process. Then you got to get better at it. And then eventually you realize, wow, I'm in full control. I can simply sharpen my axe and improve my skills. I can find a niche that's hot. I can find content that's viral. I can boost it to the right interests, and I can blow up a page. And once you learn that, it's kind of like you're you're not going to be heard of. Nobody in this community is going to hear from you again. I've seen this happen too many. I've taught this too many times. You are no longer going to be showing up on Zoom. So like you will, but you will just be stalking. From now on, you will just be stalking us. You will no longer you will not want to share what you're doing with anybody. You will not allow me to interview you because you will, I've seen it happen every single time. You will get an immense fear that everybody will just copy you because you cracked a code and you're like, oh my God, I can't actually show people what I'm doing. That's what I've seen it happen every single time. There's rarely ever somebody like you. It takes somebody like me willing to share everything openly. Most people, I'm telling you right now, that's where you'll get, but it takes some time. How long should you wait to start promoting your offer after you build a page? How do you know when to switch? Well, I would take it in baby steps. I would say first things first. Can I choose the right niche? Can I choose the right content? Can I choose the right interest and boost it with an ad and get some results? And then after I get some results, can I follow up the paid traffic with organic content? So a perfect example would be we'll just go back to the example that we used in the beginning, Natalie Troyer. Natalie's Instagram, she posted a video and went viral, 250,000 views, but immediately followed that up with like a picture of a palm tree and it got 0 views, 0 engagement. And then like there, you have to also, part one is like, okay, crack the code on viral content, paid organic. But then part two is cracking the code on the follow-up content. I'll tell you, one of the best that I've ever seen do this, that I've witnessed do it myself in person, was Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez had a YouTube video, and I think he holds the record, the Guinness World Book record, for the most views on an ad of all time. A YouTube ad. I think he has the record for the most views on a YouTube advertisement of all time. It was at one point. So he had an ad that just was amazingly successful, right? It was called Here in My Garage. And it was an ad where he's in his garage, and he's got books on the shelf, and and then he's got a Ferrari. And he goes, you know what? Or a Lamborghini or something. He goes, you know what? Something I really like these Ferraris, but you know what I like even more? Knowledge. And then he points to the books and he starts talking about wisdom from Warren Buffett or whoever. Anyways, he sells a program that's like $67. And anyways, this program generated tens of millions of dollars. So he was able to keep running the ads. It was working. It was successful. Who cares if people liked it or not? It didn't matter. Successful. But the ad, here's the thing. What people don't realize is that the ad was not what was so successful about. If all he ran was the ad, he loses money, falls off the face of the planet. No one ever hears from him again. What he did was he took those people from the ad and he followed up with a consistent source of social media in their face organically for years. So once you came through the ad, he followed up and said, here's more. So next thing you know, you're following on social media. He goes, hey, I'm back in my garage. Check out this car. I'm washing my cars. You do a video, I'm washing my cars. Hey guys, he started doing book reviews every single day. So he started saying, okay, look, the ad, people are coming in for books, knowledge, and cars, and they're young and they want success and lifestyle. So he did the same thing from the ad in his social media, and that's all he did. Lifestyle, and he targeted young men. It's the best I've seen, just really the best I've seen from a paid campaign to an organic follow-up. So going back to Natalie, she's got to be able to follow up this momentum with organic. So if Natalie says, I don't know what to do. I don't know, should I monetize? Should I do this and that? What you should do is when your page starts picking up or anything starts picking up, you should realize I need to create more content like this and get more followers like this and start to build more of an audience like this, because the clues are there. So going back to a Faceless page is the same thing. If you finally find a niche that's working, and maybe you're doing a pickleball page and it's pickleball tips and it's all this pickleball stuff, and finally you realize I got a video that's really cheap and it's working really well. I boosted it. I $5 a day. I let it run for a whole entire month. I'm out $150, but look, I got 10, 20,000 new fans, and they're all pickleball fans. And now every single pickleball video is getting 1,000, you start to realize you're following it up and you're starting to do good. Once you really understand the concept, then we can monetize. But if you don't even understand the concept, then I really have to become a charlatan. I have to become a guru. And I've got to kind of blow smoke up your, you know what? And I got to be, oh yeah, just drop it. Now you just drop it in the link in the bio. You guys are going to get rich. Buy my course. I'll show you how. It's like, that's really kind of the angle that most people would take. Most people would take the Natalie and be like, okay, guys, I'll show you that exact system of how to do exactly what she said. Then you just drop that link in the bio to a link tree. Boom, you put your multi-level, you put your other offer, you put your other offer. The truth is, it just doesn't work. So yes, I can teach you how to do that stuff. It just doesn't work. So I'm conflicted because I'm trying to show love like a family member, like we're a real tribe and we're actually trying to help each other. But the problem is that it's going to sound a lot sexier. The grass is going to be a lot greener in every other course than through mine. Because they're all going to say, you just follow the system, put your link in the bio, and boom, just get rich. You know, but it just won't work for anybody. So there's the context to try to answer the question of how long until you monetize. There is no actual answer to that, but I would say first, let me figure out the principle of what it takes to be able to choose a niche, be able to find some actual content that can go viral, to be able to figure out which interests I can target where I'm getting niche specific, building my audience, be able to how to advertise to them for very low amount of money and be able to get the highest return on investment, which is really, really good video views, engagement, and likes and follows and subscribers, all at a very affordable price. If I can crack that code, then that can scale. Once I kind of crack that code, now I'm thinking, okay, I got myself a little business here. I'm able to build a niche here. I'm able to grow this thing. So let me put in two plans. One, let me keep growing my brand as big as I possibly can, but let me try to experiment with some monetization. But what I would not do is I would not try to sell something on a post on that page. I would probably try to sell through a story, or I would try to sell even through like an ad, just like you can run an ad and create an ad, doesn't have to be posted to your page. You can run an ad and just target, you know, like you could just target, you know, fans of your page to start with. You can run a very cheap ad. There's little things you can do. You can run retargeting ads. You can do lookalike audiences. You could build audiences baseline. You could just try running an ad directly to those people, directly to a bridge page. You always can try it. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just going to tell you that I would rather have the skill of learning how to build an audience with small amounts of paid ads that grows organically. And now every single time I post a reel, I'm seeing my follower count go up, and then I could build a page in the hundreds of thousands or millions with organic. I eventually want to grow it with organic content. I don't want to keep having to spend money on ads. The ads are just really to test everything out, to get the initial fire going, like the kindling. And then once I got a little bit of audience, I can just keep following up and keep growing that page and just try to figure out what kind of content they engage with and figure out what types of content works better. And then once I can kind of figure that out, then I know that I'll be able to, I know I've got an audience that I can build essentially for free. Now it's like SEO. It's essentially the way algorithms work. It's the same as like getting listed in Google, right? If I have a page, a blog post that gets listed for, I write a blog post about keto diet, and it gets listed in the top 10 in Google for the word keto diet. It's like, I could just add some monetization to the page. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to add monetization right away. I could just focus on like, what's the point of monetization if I'm getting 0 visitors? I'd rather try to get ranked. I'd rather learn the skill of how to get ranked in Google than how to monetize a random page. I thought Natalie's was organic. Yeah, Natalie's was organic. Maybe I said something different. See what they want, then give them more. That's a good perspective. Is you're experimenting, you're trying. That's why I told Natalie, I was like, I would get rid of the quotes. I would get rid of the random pictures of palms. I would get rid of personal things like dogs or children. And I would focus more on being the grandma who rants, and then use your stories for all other things. Not when you know you'll always outrun anyone you compete with. I don't know what the answer to, but it's a good attitude. So the story can run on the Faceless page. I thought stories could only run on personal pages. Now it makes sense. Yeah. Stories. Do you have an academy on how to take people from your Facebook to your own mailing list? We've taught it maybe 5 or 6 times. I've not done an entire academy. I think we flirted with the idea of what we called like Stories Academy, but yeah, I'm not going to dive further into advertising right now. Maybe. I didn't really show you how to post from I didn't fully teach you how to post. Let me just quickly get that out of the way, just really quickly for you guys. When you're on, after you create these audiences and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You could always go over here and look at this, right? You got all these different things you could do. There's all these different, all these different things you could do, right? So you got your accounts overviews, your campaigns, your ads reporting. I like building these audiences. You got the way that you're going to spend stuff. You got tools that also come inside of here. You got these interests that you're creating, you got these interests and everything that we're doing. We got these actions up here on the top, and then we got this action called create an ad. Boom. And there we go. Let's start creating ad campaigns. So now we go in and create an ad, right? And so you can go in and you can go create different types of ads, and you can edit the kind of ad, and you can create what you want to do, what the campaign name is going to be, what your category is going to be. Now, campaign name, we're going to basically call this like, Alex Hormozy, because we're going to run all the Alex Hormozy ads. Okay. That's going to be your campaign name. Okay. There's a post right here. Post. Do you agree with Alex Hormozy on these? It's defaulting and recognizing I have a post. So you could always do that if you prefer to just remember what the post name is instead of the actual person, because I might have a bunch of Alex Hormozy posts. Special ad categories, we don't really care. We're not doing all this stuff. Buying type, I'm not going to go. I might do this again tomorrow, you guys, but I'll just show you what the options are really quick. Okay. Auction reservation. Let's go ahead and choose auction. Traffic campaign. Do we want traffic? No. Do we want awareness? No. Do we want sales? No. Do we want to promote an app? No. Do we want leads? No. Do we want engagement? Yep. That's what we want. There you go. All right. So you guys understand that's what we're going for. And campaign spending limit. We don't have to add one here. You can though. $100. Okay. You can. You don't. Whatever. I don't really care that much about that. A/B split test. Nah, we're not doing anything fancy like that. Campaign budget plus. I'm not worried about any of this kind of stuff. Okay. Next, we can name this one now. Whatever we want to name this one. Ad set, Alex Hormozy, whatever. And then conversion. Where do you want to drive engagement? Okay. Do we want people to message us on Instagram and WhatsApp? No. Do we want to get people to watch a video or interact with your post or event? Yep. Do we want to get calls? Nope. Do we want people to go to our website? Nope. Do we want to get people to engage with the app? Nope. Facebook page? Nope. On your app. Okay, that works. Engagement type, video views or post engagement events. So we don't want reminders. We don't want events, but either one of these two. You experiment with both. Post engagement is essentially going to kick the algorithm more into view. The post engagement is going to work better for the algorithm. Video views is going to work better for just the total number of views. Performance goal. What do you want to do? Do you want to maximize engagement with a post? We'll try to show your ads the people most likely to share, comment on your post. That sounds fascinating, right? Do you want to maximize daily unique reach? We'll try to show your ads to people up to once per day. Do you want to maximize number of impressions? No, I think maximize engagement, right? Post engagement, maximize engagement. Cost? No, we don't want to mess with that. When you get charged, we don't really care about this. You could. I'm just not. I don't really want to do it. Daily budget? No. I mean, I'm going to just do $5 a day ads. Sorry. Start date, end date. I mean, you never have to end it. If you're a legitimate advertiser, you will log in and you'll check your ads every single day. However, I know some of you are going to complain. They're still charging me. So set an end date. Okay. Stop charging you. Budget scheduling, not really worried about this. Increase your budget, not really worried about this. Run ads all the time, yep. Audience controls, I mean, I'm just really not going to get into all of this right now, but this right here is where we go back in and we'd start filling in the ads and stuff like that, okay? So you're going to go in and you're going to start going in and putting in all your stuff. Advantage plus audience, this can work. See, look, we got our little audience in here, right? So this can work. The Advantage Plus, it's pretty cool, but you can also switch back to the original. So what I might do is if I'm not getting what I want, whatever, but Advantage Plus is supposed to work. Now, personally, I mean, I don't know. This maximize your budget shows it to more people, but I don't know. I just feel like I feel like it's hit and miss. I feel like a lot of times I just want to come here to you know, I just want to come here and I just want to do mobile only. And I just want to do Facebook only. Like and then all I want is like the Facebook feed. I don't want it in marketplace. Yeah, video feeds is fine. But I'll go in here. Do I want it in stories? No. You know, do I want it real? Sure. In-stream ads? No. You know, I'm gonna basically like just try to get it Facebook search results. No. I just want it like honestly, like sometimes just as little as possible. Now, if you guys, I will give you guys an advanced tip right now. I'm gonna probably stop sharing for this advanced tip and then come back to it. Because I realize if I go too fast, you guys are gonna be like, what? Why? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? First question by Wayne. Why mobile only? Well, at the end of the day, outside of everything I'm teaching you, there is a whole nother lesson, which is how to become a good advertiser. So that's like, I'm not going to teach you that today. And if you guys think you can watch a Zoom and become a good advertiser, you're in for a very real awakening. That's not how ads work. You don't watch a Zoom and become a good advertiser. Might be able to teach you some basics, like how to create an ads account, how to place an ad. You know what I'm saying? But maybe even teach you some basics, like how to be able to get TikTok followers for a penny, or how to be able to get TikTok leads for under $2. But those are going to be generic leads. Those are going to be like worldwide or US, you know, whatever, big five. It's going to be generic. It's not going to be niche specific. To be a good advertiser means you got to be able to not just learn, like that's you on a bike with training wheels. You're going to have to learn through experience, which means it's got to be on somebody's money. You're going to have to learn through somebody's money. And you can't vicariously learn through somebody else, because everybody's going to have a different niche. Everybody's going to have to try different things. So let me explain to you some high level thoughts about advertising, just so everybody could be on the same page. The first thing that I learned a long time ago is if you place an ad and your ad is shown to too many different interests, too many different places, too many different formats, and it fails, how do you know a few of those formats weren't successful and some of them were failures? You have no idea. You used a shotgun approach. You did too many things in one single ad. There's no way to really know if it wins or not. So I taught this first in e-commerce, right? Like with e-commerce, there was three things. Let's see if I can remember back to my Shopify days. There was three things that mattered in e-commerce. One is how much are you selling the product for, right? And two, how much is the shipping? And three, how much is the cost of the ad, right? So the ad, not just the cost, but like the ad itself. So you have the ad, you have the product, and you have the shipping. So there's three things that all have to be perfect for an ad to work. And the problem people were having was, in order to make the ad profitable, they were charging a lot for the product and they were charging a lot for shipping to try to recoup their ad cost. So if they had a product, like let's say they're selling a microphone, okay, but it's like a knockoff, let's say AliExpress version, right? So they're getting this microphone for $10, and then they're spending and they're charging $9.95 for shipping. So they're basically the person's going to spend $20, right? So you're advertising, hey, this is going to cost this is going to cost you $20, right? $10 plus $10 shipping and handling. But then they're like, my ad is costing more than that. So my cost, that's just me breaking even. So my ad's going to cost a lot. I got to get some from ad cost. So you're really going to charge, like, you're going to buy it for 10, but you're going to charge like 20 or $30 for it. And then an extra $10 for shipping. Now you're making $40. So your cost is 10, you're charging 40. So right off the bat, you're really only making $30. So now you have $30 to try to get somebody to buy this. That's the idea behind e-commerce. That's the whole fundamental thing behind e-commerce, is those three things. How can I get those three things to work together? How can I get the right price of the product, the right price for shipping, and the right ad that sells it? And so what I told people is, at first, what you should do is drop the shipping down to free. Make it free shipping. Because you don't want somebody to get to the cart and then realize it's another $10. So just make the shipping free. And they say, but I might lose money then. But it's all right. Just make it free. If the shipping is free, we can at least, out of those three things, we can rule out shipping. We know that shipping is not the reason why it's not working. So we can rule that out. Now we got two things left, the price and the price that we're charging and whether or not the ad's working. So let's rule out the price. Let's make this thing so cheap that there's no way. So what's your cost? $10? Let's charge $10 for it. They're like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm like, no, let's charge $10 for it. They're like, but I won't even make any money at all. Whatever I spend on the ad, I'll lose. Yeah, but if it's $10, everybody's going to buy it, right? $9.95 for a microphone with free shipping. So if you can't get somebody to buy it for $9.95 with free shipping, then we know something. We know that it's your ad that's the problem. So I said, first, we're going to make free shipping and we're going to make this as cheap as possible, even though you lose money. But now you're able to focus on just getting an ad to work. Because if you can at least get some conversions here, then guess what you can do? You can now start to experiment by raising the price. Split test and maybe charge $14.95. If it's still selling, maybe charge $19.95. If it's still selling, maybe charge $24.95, $29.95. Oh, it's not selling as much. Okay, go back to $19.95. Now let's go to shipping. Let's charge 99 cents for shipping. Okay, let's go to $1.99. All right, it's working. Let's go to $2.99, $3.99, $4.99, $6.99, $7.99. That's not working. Let's go back down to $4.99. Now we found our sweet spot. $19.95 plus $4.99 shipping and handling. Now we can run this ad. We can run this ad and everything's working. But the problem is that if you're running the ad and like, Chris, it's not working. I don't know. It could be the cost per shipping, could be the cost of product. The problem is the ad, I don't know if the ad's good or not, because those things could be messing it up. So it's the same kind of when you're getting advanced with ads, you got to realize that's really what it is. You have to be able to figure out what is the reason why the ad is not working. Now, that context is why I would answer why mobile only. Well, if I'm advertising to mobile and desktop, how do I know which one is working? Wouldn't it be better for me to run one ad to mobile and one separate ad to desktop? Right? But outside of that, let's use common sense. Let's use a more, that's just advanced. Let's go a little bit more basic beginner. Which device are people more likely to consume short form videos on? What device do people consume short form videos on? Reels and stories. Let's ask again. What device do people consume short form content on? Reels and stories. Trust me, for every one person that is going on their desktop and watching people's stories or consuming shorts, for every one person, there's probably 1,000 that are doing it from mobile. So the reality is I feel like if I allow desktop and mobile, that desktop's just going to mess it up. Desktop is going to cost more. Desktop is going to cost more, probably, but I don't really know, but I'm just not going to take the chance because I know I want my content to be consumed on mobile. Now, I'll just choose mobile newsfeed. That's just my ad on, if I got a big enough audience, I'm just going mobile newsfeed because I just want to know, does that work? And then I'll do another ad and I'll just try maybe mobile and just show it in the reels. I mean, I'll mess around and split test. If I got a video, by the way, here's another advanced topic. Scaling up versus scaling out. What a lot of people teach in the advertising world is they teach scaling up, which means increasing your daily budget. However, I will assure you guys that the vast majority of time that you scale up, the advertising company will eat your budget. I'm going to just thank me in advance. Most of the time that you scale up your ads, they will not convert as well. The vast majority of the time. So even the pros that scale up will tell you, scale up in very small increments. Very small increments. However, I'm never going to teach you guys how to scale up. I'm always going to teach you how to scale out instead. So what I mean by scaling out is, let's say you have a $5 a day ad running on mobile newsfeed for a reel. And it's working and you like it and you're enjoying the results from it. And you go, I'm willing to throw another $5. Do not increase your daily budget to 10. Instead, check the little box on the campaign and press duplicate. Right in your ads manager, you'll see the ad. Check the box and press duplicate. They might change it to clone, but you guys get the point. Duplicate it. But this time, instead of mobile newsfeed, uncheck newsfeed and check mobile reels. Or choose another $5 a day ad and choose something else. Or uncheck mobile and choose desktop only. So now you have the $5 ad running mobile newsfeed. You have a $5 a day ad running mobile reels. You have a $5 ad running mobile stories. You have a $5 a day ad running desktop. That's $20 a day for the same video. So you understand now you're starting to see, okay, now you can start to really start to see you're spending $20 a day instead of $5, but it's really 4 $5 a day ads. That is called scaling out. And you just make slight changes. Another way is say, Chris, I want to throw more money at it. Screw $20 a day. I want to go big. Like we got this guy, John, in here that wants to go really, really big. Okay, watch this. I targeted 4 influencers, right? I targeted Lewis Howes, Marie Forleo, Gary Vee, and Brendan Burchard. Okay, duplicate, but this time just target Marie Forleo. Duplicate, just target Brendan Burchard, another $5 a day. Duplicate, just target Lewis Howes. Duplicate, just target Gary Vee. Next thing you know, wow, the Marie Forleo audience is popping, but Gary Vee's is doing nothing. I'm spending too much money. So now you know you can pause the Gary Vee audience and let the other ones keep going. You can always scale out and always pause the losers and then keep scaling the winners. Now watch this. You can do even more. What about Chris? I want to be spending like, you don't understand. I want to spend $100 a day. Great. Duplicate, and this time target just United States alone. Duplicate again, just do United Kingdom. Duplicate again, just do Australia. Now, think about the mixing and matching you do for unlimited duplication. Could you also do Marie Forleo, just United States, just United Kingdom, just Australia? See what I'm saying? Just Canada. So each one of these has an infinite potential. Once you get a few different things working like that, could you also do Marie Forleo, just women, Marie Forleo, just men? Could you also do Marie Forleo 18 to 35, Marie Forleo 35 to 65? Are you getting what I'm throwing at you? Okay, because it's a little bit advanced, but I'm not trying to teach you to be advanced. I'm just trying to teach you to realize there's this process called scaling out, which I love. And the reason I love it is because you can deal with small ad budgets. Like, for example, once you start spending $20, $30, $40, $50 a day, and you're like, well, I got to let this ad run for 10 days to get momentum, you're out $500. But if you have a $5 ad that runs for 10 days, you're only out $50. So for me, I would rather scale out and then just like a hawk, just kind of watch and just be pause, 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 pause. And then whatever you don't pause, just let it keep going. But pause, pause. I'm all about that pause game. I'm just looking at all my ads and being like, what's not working? What's not working? Pause, pause, pause. And then once you kind of like, imagine that like your training wheels is page post engagement and videos. Once you get past that, don't try to monetize. Just learn how to ride a bike with training wheels. Once you're ready to take the training wheels off, okay, now you can start optimizing for leads and stuff like that. Okay, I may show you that as a bonus right now if I can find it. I'm going to see. Oh, well, I did want to show you. I was in the middle of showing you something. Let me go back. But I may show you this as a bonus real quick. Where was I? All right. So yeah, basically that's kind of what I do here is I'll choose it. But like really, all I really care about is like the Facebook feed. But you can really, you see what I'm saying? Like you could run a separate one just on the Instagram feed. I just don't like running them all these places. That's why I like the manual selection. But there's just so many different ways you can do it, right? Go to next. Okay. There's, you know, so essentially you got like all these options, right? And you can go through and you can start setting it all up. Now, ad setup, okay? Somebody was saying the other day they didn't have the option to use an existing post. It was just going, it was like defaulting here to create ad or whatever. So if that's the case, you're going to use an existing post. You know, multi-advertiser ads, I don't know what all that is. Just uncheck. I don't want all that. Okay. Add creative, select the media or your ad, select a post, and you just select one of your posts. So whoever was the one asking that question, I forget who it was, that's essentially how you would do it, right? So now it's showing you where it's going to be placed, right? It's going to be placed in the Facebook feed. It's going to be placed in the Facebook video feeds, and it's going to be placed in stories and reels. Okay. Now, it's going to kind of show you what it's doing, but I'm still going to go in here and kind of mess with this, right? Now, Video captions, we kind of already do this. Primary text, you could always just change that on the post. It's already there. Suggested text variations. I don't know. This is like a new AI thing. I don't know what all this is. I guess you just click the plus next to one. So it's just trying to help you. Call to action, right? So I'm going to change the call to action. Let's see. I don't want any of these. So I'm just going to remove it. I should remove it in the preview. Yeah. This just looks so much cleaner. Like, I don't need that call to action. It's just going to cost more money. I don't feel like paying for that right now. Okay. So once I figure it out, so let's see what else. Placements. So what's it doing here? It's visual touch-ups. I don't know. I don't want to go in all this. That's a little bit too off, but it's, you know, it's kind of showing you, we'll display the most relevant comments below your ad. That's fine. All this kind of stuff's fine. Okay. So, I don't know. It's kind of showing me all the placement. It's kind of cool. I guess it shows you what all your stuff looks like. To be honest, this Facebook Reels one looks probably the cleanest. But I don't know, like I would probably want to run each one of these as an individual, but it's still pretty cool, right? But that's what that is. You know, tracking website events, no, offline events, no. Your all parameters, this don't matter unless you're doing this is where, just so you guys know, I'm not going to teach it right now. Just so you know, this is where you would be able to, if you're advertising a video funnels page, this is where you'd be able to like personalize it. You would be able to say like, are you a fan of Alex Hormozy? You know, are you interested in how he's blowing up his social media? Watch this free training below on our social media marketing academy. And then you'd be able to change those URL parameters based on every single, are you a fan of Lewis House? Are you a fan of whatever? And it would change the text on the page. So that's, just so you know, that's where that stuff would go. But I'm not going to teach that today. It's just far more advanced than anybody needs to know. So I'm not going to teach it, right? And then you'd go over here and you'd publish, right?
Yo, you want your content to grow like a pro? Then you gotta use a video. Got a side hustle making dough? Then you gotta use a video. Wanna run ads to your stove? Then you gotta use a video. And if you wanna edit like a pro, then you gotta use a video. Step one, lights, camera, action. I'ma show you how to cash in on your passion. Captions on my videos, time for magic. I'm attracting clicks with calls to action. Step two, now I'm making moves on YouTube with a video to boost my views. I can't lose. Let's choose the best tools professionals use. What I'm trying to tell you is success leaves clues. Step three for the entrepreneurs like me, posting video memes on their Instagram feeds. Oh please, I don't even use Adobe. I'ma edit like a vet within video. It's easy. Step four, it's time to record like a pro. Make a solo video from my iPhone, then I upload the file right to InVideo with an animated logo for my intro. Yo, you want your content to grow like a pro? Then you gotta use a video. Got a side hustle making dough? Then you gotta use a video. Wanna run ads to your stove? Then you gotta use a video. And if you wanna edit like a pro, then you gotta use a video. Step five, I'm catching the vibe. Open up the laptop, time to go live. Spit fire to inspire change in these lives. Then I drag and drop files to my hard drive. Step six, time to pick some templates. I'ma fix my videos, get them looking real sick. Practice my tactics with practical tips, like this text I just mixed on top of all my graphics. Step seven, I got a call to action with an end screen popping. I'ma add some captions. I'm a content king. Done with practice, time to monetize views. Google AdSense. But wait, don't forget step 8. I'ma animate Instagram ads that I make. When they swipe up, they wind up on my capture page. Buying up my lineup, now I'm getting paid. Yo, you want your content to grow like a pro? Then you gotta use a video. Got a side hustle making dough? Then you gotta use a video. wanna run ads to your stove, then you gotta use video. And if you wanna edit like a pro, then you gotta use video.
What's up, you guys? Chris Record here, and thank you for watching my music video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more entrepreneur-based music videos like this one. And by the way, for as little as $10 a month, you can get started with InVideo. InVideo is a video editing platform. I used InVideo to edit this entire video. You can do your logo animation intros, YouTube end screens, Instagram story ads. You can edit all of your videos in minutes, even as a beginner. Click the link in the description below to try out InVideo for as little as $10 a month.